जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा। विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा। तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे। गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Good afternoon and welcome to the 84th edition of SKOCH Summit and Awards. Our focus today is on state of digital governance, covering delivery of digital citizen services, demand-side governance, ease of living and ease of doing business amongst others. We have two very important panels of senior government functionaries, domain experts and practitioners from across the country to shed light on the existing challenges and the way moving forward. But before we move on to the discussions, let me have the pleasure of announcing the first round of SKOCH Order of Merit semi-finalists. We will have 2 rounds of Order of Merit and 5 rounds of online voting. Request you to refer the agenda for the approximate time of voting panels, which will pop up. There is one on your screen right now. I invite Mr. Dheeraj Kumar, Commissioner, along with Mr. Dilip Zende, Director, and Sunil Borkar, Chief Quality Control Officer for Mahaparvana, Agriculture Department, Government of Maharashtra. Mr. V. Anil Kumar, Commissioner and ex-officio Secretary, Paddy Allotment Management System from Consumer Affairs, Food and Civil Supplies Department, Government of Telangana. Implementation of Comprehensive Online Document Management System, Department of Industries, Government of Telangana, Mr. D. Krishna Bhaskar, Director, Industries. Ms. Neha Chaudhary, Project Officer for Jan Kalyan, which is Public Welfare Portal, Department of Information Technology and Communication, Government of Rajasthan. Do we have Ms. Chaudhary with us?
Yes, thank you.
Congratulations. Would you like to say a few words? Nyaji, would you like to speak? We are open. Well, I think my voice is not getting across to her. Well, thank you very much for joining us and congratulations to you. I invite Ms. Monica Chaudhary, Joint Director from the Department of Information Technology and Communication from Government of Rajasthan for Raj Kisan Sathi Portal, Ease of Doing Farming platform. Monica ji, would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Monica Chaudhary, Joint Director from Department of IT. Should I say something about my project or like Raj Kisan Sathi Portal is one of type of state-of-the-art project in agriculture. Like it is the single platform for the farmers or any citizen or any services related to farmers will be given through this single platform only. No other platform is there in the Rajasthan.
It's a commendable effort. So I'm sure, this is going to build on its successes step by step, and going to be reaching out to a whole lot of people across the state. So congratulations for making it to the semi-final SKOCH Order of Merit.
Thank you.
Mr. Pradeep Kumar Sharma, Joint Director from Department of Information Technology and Communication, Raj E. Ward, Government of Rajasthan. Mr. Sharma. We move on to the next. I invite Mr. Ashish Gupta, Commissioner and Joint Secretary, Department of Information Technology and Communication, Government of Rajasthan, for I Start Rajasthan program. Mr. Gupta. Ms. Munesh Lamba, Deputy Director from the Department of Information Technology and Communication, Government of Rajasthan, Rajasthan Recruitment Portal.
Hello everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me here. Myself Munesh Lamba, Joint Director DOITC. I'm taking care of Recruitment Portal. Recruitment Portal is the single platform for all the departments for managing all the government recruitments. Thank you.
Congratulations to you and the entire team.
Thank you. Thank you.
The next one also goes to the Department of Information Technology and Communication, Government of Rajasthan. I invite Mr. Ranveer Singh, Joint Director for Aadhaar Authentication Ecosystem and Aadhaar Data Vault Project. Mr. Singh.
Hello, good afternoon all.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Aadhaar authentication ecosystem in the state that is being used to deliver or identify or authenticate users in different schemes of the state, ranging from EPDS to scholarships to pension. This ecosystem is being used to identify and validate the exacting beneficiaries. And here I would like to tell you that in the states, basically Rajasthan having largest number of transactions per day. There are transactions nowadays transactions is around 30 lakhs per day, and this is highest number of transactions in any states. So this is largely being used in any schemes of the state government. Thank you.
Congratulations. Rajkaj, Integrated Rajasthan E-Office Project. I invite Mr. Vijay Prakash, Joint Director from the Department of Information Technology and Communication, Government of Rajasthan.
Good afternoon, sir, and good afternoon all. Rajkaj is an integrated e-office project for the state of Rajasthan. It is successfully hosting e-office services such as employee and office management, file and doc management, online leave management, performance appraisal system, or online immovable property submission system, government accommodation management system, store management system, NOC system. So the beauty of the product is its integration as an ERP for the state manpower as per state's rule and state's configuration. Products are there in existence, but they are working in silos. But Rajkaj is a single platform with bouquet of such count of modules. We as a Rajkaj team are very excited being part of this SKOCH Summit and Award Ceremony. Thank you all.
Congratulations. Mr. Yuvraj Singh, Joint Director, Department of Information Technology and Communication, Government of Rajasthan for Rajasthan Payment Platform. Mr. Singh. Mr. Rajiv Gujral, Senior Project Officer for Project News Management System from Department of Information Technology and Communication, Government of Rajasthan. Mr. Gujral.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Rajiv Gujral, this side, Senior Project Officer from Department of IT, Government of Rajasthan. On behalf of Department of IT, Government of Rajasthan, I thank the entire SKOCH group, especially Mr. Sameer Kochar and Dr. Gushran, the jury members and the entire team out there who have been helping us in, providing this platform where we could not only showcase the best practices of the state, but in fact, we have also learned a lot from the best practices which are showcased by other fellow departments from other states, including district administration. I once again thank the entire SKOCH team for providing us an opportunity every year to showcase our best practices and learn from the best practices of other states. Thank you, team. Thank you once again.
Well, congratulations to you and the entire team. It's a commendable work. I move on to invite Mr. Lakshmi Kant Tanwar, Joint Director, Department of Information Technology and Communication, Government of Rajasthan for Litigation, Information Tracking and Evaluation System.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon all. That has been implemented for the Justice Department, Government of Rajasthan to improve the management of the litigation for which the state government is party. Sir, this has improved the efficiency, transparency and the accountability for the speedy disposal of the pending litigation cases of Government of Rajasthan. Thank you.
Congratulations. E-Mitra, Department of Information Technology and Communication, Government of Rajasthan, Mr. Umesh Chand Joshi, Joint Director.
Good afternoon all. First of all, I would like to thank SKOCH Group to provide this opportunity to showcase our best practices and our one of the flagship project related to citizen service delivery, which is E-Mitra. As you all are aware that E-Mitra is one of the best citizen-centric service delivery platform, which is having a vast network of more than 80,000 kiosks across the entire state of Rajasthan, and we are serving entire population of Rajasthan. We are having our reach up to the every village, and we are providing almost 70 to 80 lakh transactions during each year. And with this ecosystem, we are also helping our startups to come and explore this platform in form of B2C services. In this way, we are providing an ecosystem for the citizens, for the startups, and for the youth to have an employment opportunity in form of the kiosk.
Congratulations, Mr. Joshi.
Thank you.
Ms. Uma Devi R.S., Additional Director and Functional Head for Project Khajane 2 in Department of Treasuries, Government of Karnataka.
Good afternoon to you, sirs, and all the members of the panel. Khajane is extremely grateful to Sojan for having provided such a wonderful opportunity to showcase our prestigious event. And I'm extremely grateful, sir, because we have had a wide exposure across the entire nation on all the best practices that have been in place now. And we look forward to doing and achieving much greater things. Thanks once again for the great opportunity, sir.
Well, congratulations to you, Uma Devi ji. Such a wonderful work. Well deserved. Mr. Mahesh Das, Director General, Directorate of Accounts and Treasuries, Finance Department, Jammu and Kashmir, JK Payment System. Do we have Mr. Das with us? The next one also goes to the Directorate of Accounts and Treasuries, Finance Department, Jammu and Kashmir for Mera Vetan. Mr. Mahesh Das, Director General. Sir Johnson B. Fernandez, Director, Directorate of Settlement and Land Records, Government of Goa for preparation of property register as part of ease of doing business. Mr. N.B. Dhal, Principal Secretary, Excise Department, Government of Odisha for Project E-Abkari. Mr. Rishabh Parashar, Deputy Secretary from Finance Department, Government of Chhattisgarh for Integrated Financial Management Information System. Mr. Parashar.
I personally thank the SKOCH group and Mr. Chairman Shri Samir Kochar, as well as the whole group for actually inviting us on this platform and providing us an opportunity to showcase whatever we are doing in the field of IT, and especially this project which we have undertaken is about integrating whole expenditure management system plus receipt as well as pension payment system which we have started in our state. So I really thank from bottom of my heart for the SKOCH group for actually providing us an opportunity to be part of this community. I would say all the state departments, all the state governments departments are kind of doing of IT as far as the governance is only covered, but providing the most benefit out of the enterprise and government departments. Thank you once again very much, and thank you all who are inside us actually for good governance with governments. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations once again. Information Technology Development Agency, Uttarakhand, Mr. Amit Kumar Sinha, Director for Project Nabnetra, Eye in the Sky. Mr. Abhishek Sharma, Chief Executive Officer, Jammu and Kashmir E-Governance Agency for Public Works Department Online Management and Accounting System. Mr. Sharma.
Thank you everybody for seeing this. This we have done in the Union Territory of J&K Public Works Department Online Management and Accounting System. This has the whole workflow of PWD department has been digitized, starting from the registration of contractors till the work and in the end to the bill payment system, and the entire thing has been linked to the beams and the paces system, so that nothing in this nothing gets no paperwork is required, and it is linked with a mobile application which is Meri Tamir Taraqi app. So this is a model for all the works departments to follow, how to transparently and how to efficiently ensure that all works and construction works and all sort of payments, they are done in a transparent way. So this has helped us to revamp the whole process of government constructions and works. I would like to thank the SKOCH group for presenting this honor and giving me this opportunity to present this. Thank you.
Well, congratulations once again. Wonderful. Ms. Yesha Mudgal, Secretary Cooperatives from Kashmir Mercantile Cooperative Bank Limited for digitalization. Ms. Mudgal.
Good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of Cooperative Department and on behalf of my secretary, I am Kaikasha Nakshmandi, Planning Officer of the department. I would like to thank everybody, especially to Chairman SKOCH for making us a part of the fraternity. It's really an honor for all of us as a department to be the part of SKOCH Awards. J&K department has a wide domain and diversified services provided to community. Apart from that, our banking services is to help the general public with all the modern banking facilities. Kashmir Mercantile Cooperative Bank is an urban cooperative bank with a controlled vision, and its vision is to become the most prepared high-tech cooperative bank in the UT, with branch networks spread to all over urban and semi-urban centers of the UT of J&K. Thank you very much, sir.
Congratulations to you and the entire team. Mr. Amrit Kumar, Secretary cum Commissioner, Labour Department, Government of Chhattisgarh, online monitoring of ESIS medical claim. You are muted.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Mr. Samir Kochar, for giving us this opportunity to showcase our online monitoring system of ESI medical claim, which is one of its kind in India. So we offer our gratitude and thank you to the entire SKOCH team. Thank you. Thanks everyone.
Congratulations. CM Jan Seva, Service on Call, Madhya Pradesh State Agency for Public Services, Mr. Sandeep Asthana, Director, CM Helpline.
Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I would like to thank SKOCH team for selecting our Jan Seva services for this prestigious award. Jan Seva services is cost effective and result-free systems in Madhya Pradesh. Thanks.
Congratulations. Dr. Jatinder Kaur Arora, Executive Director, Public Punjab State Council for Science and Technology for Sustainable Livelihood Generation through setting up of Bioresource Processing Facility.
Thank you. Thank you. It's indeed a pleasure to be here. It's happy to share with everyone. I think somebody is unmuted. So happy to share that it's a unique, success story of this region, a huge success story in fact. We set up this bioresource processing facility by following a very innovative approach. We had in fact taken initially only 2 sheds from our Punjab State Power Corporation Limited, and these sheds were lying totally in dilapidated condition after setting up of a dam in that area. And we renovated these sheds, brought in series of tech interventions, involved a local cooperative, and had built up a model which is an end-to-end model, wherein presently, happy to share, you name a certification and this facility has it. ISO certification, halal certification, even it has the export license. And all the local bioresources which are found in this area, and also happy to share that this area, which is the Shivalik foothill area of Punjab, which unlike rest of Punjab is low in productivity, we since banked upon the strengths of that area. Simultaneously looked at the shortcomings of the area. As I said, the productivity is not high, the topography is mountainous, stray animal attacks are very frequent, but at the same time, the bioresources grow in abundance in wild in that area. So looking at that strength, this model is presently generating employment to the tune of 2 lakh man days every year, especially for the women. So happy that you've selected it as a best practice for dissemination across the country. Thank you. Thank you for having us here.
It's an excellent project, and I'm glad that we also had a chance to study it, and with the best wishes that it scales further. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I now invite Mr. Pawan Arora, Commissioner from Rajasthan Housing Board, Revival and Strengthening of RHB.
Thank you very much, SKOCH Group, for having invited us. I, on behalf of Rajasthan Housing Board and Mr. Pawan Arora, the visionary man behind the success of Housing Board, in a short span of 3 years, we had been able to garner the much lost, much required confidence of the public. We had been able to bring them to us, and we had been able to launch new schemes. We had been able to dispose more than 15,000 units which were lying undisposed for many years. With this, we had been able to, even after doing this, you can see the example of getting the right response for the public, that we were able to sell a huge plot of 45,000 square meter of plot in Mansur, Jaipur at a whopping price of 1.07 lakhs per square meter of bidding price, the highest bidding price, unprecedented in Rajasthan. We had been able to launch new schemes with great success, and the third year, this year, is the year of delivering the goods we had started delivering chapatis. We had delivered chapati in 1st November 2021. We had delivered City Park, the first phase of it, the coaching hub. We have also been able to allot the first phase of it, and the residential scheme in record time we had been able to deliver to the public, and thereby bringing back the confidence and the confidence of people of Rajasthan. Thank you very much.
Congratulations to you, Vijayji, and do pass on our good wishes for the project as well as the good work done to Commissioner Mr. Arora.
He had been busy elsewhere. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Rajasthan Skill and Livelihoods Development Corporation for Integrated Scheme Management System, Ms. Renu Jaipal, Chairman and Managing Director. So, ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of the announcement of the first round of SKOCH Order of Merit semi-finalists.
मैं नितिन जयराम गडकरी ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा।
समय मुझे मेरी माँ की याद आ रही थी। मुझे हमारे पार्टी के लिए जब हम 2 MP चुनकर आए थे, उस प्रतिकूल स्थिति में काम करने वाले कार्यकर्ताओं और नेताओं का स्मरण हो रहा था। उन कार्यकर्ताओं को, उन नेताओं को मैं कभी भूल नहीं सकता।
इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर मैन ऑफ इंडिया, बहुपक्षीय राजनेता, सपने देखने वाले और कड़ी मेहनत करने वाले नितिन गडकरी एक प्रतीक हैं जिम्मेदार नागरिक होने के। वो एक प्रतिबद्ध राष्ट्र कार्यकर्ता और एक दूरदर्शी नेता है। नितिन गडकरी का जन्म 27 मई 1957 को नागपुर शहर में हुआ था। पहले हिंदी और बाद में अंग्रेजी मीडियम की शिक्षा सरकारी स्कूल में पूरी करने के बाद उन्होंने GS कॉलेज से M.Com और नागपुर विश्वविद्यालय से लॉ किया। लोगों की सेवा करने का भाव उन्हें अपनी माताजी से मिला।
मेरे जन्म के बाद परिस्थिति बहुत खराब थी। लोअर मिडिल क्लास की स्थिति में उस समय था। खेती थी, मैं खेती में भी जाता था, पर परिस्थिति अड़चने रहती थी। पर प्रतिकूल से माँ का मुझे प्रेम मिला। माँ बहुत सोशल थी, गरीबों के लिए थी, लोगों की सेवा करती थी। मुझे याद है मैं लॉ में गया, मैं लूना चाहिए थी। बहुत पीछे पड़ा माँ के कि मुझे लूना ले दो, लूना ले दो। पैसे नहीं थे। उसने अपने सोने के बैंगन, बड़ी जाड़ी पाटली बोलते हैं उसको, निकाल के दी और मैंने शिक्षक सहकारी बैंक के गांधी बाग शाखा में वो गिरवी रखकर, मुझे उस समय 4,500 रुपये मिले थे, उसकी मैंने लूना खरीदी की थी। वो माँ ने मुझे दी थी। मेरे को माँ कहती थी कि, लोगों को कहती थी कि ये अपना परिवार का नाम बहुत बड़ा करेगा, बड़ा होगा। उसके आशीर्वाद मेरे साथ थे।
देश में आपातकालीन स्थिति युवा नितिन के राजनीतिक जीवन में एक महत्वपूर्ण मोड़ था। वो भूमिगत राजनीतिक गतिविधियों में सक्रिय थे। उनका घर विभिन्न गतिविधियों के लिए भूमिगत आधार था। वे आपातकाल के खिलाफ पुस्तिकाएं मुद्रित करते थे।
और उसी के बाद में लोकतांत्रिक युवा मोर्चा करके जनता पार्टी की एक ऑफिशियल विंग तैयार हुई। उसका मैं फिर विदर्भ का प्रमुख बना और उसके कारण बाद में जनता पार्टी में एक्टिव था, जनता पार्टी के लिए काम करता था और वही मेरे राजनीतिक जीवन की शुरुआत है।
RSS और ABVP के साथ उनकी सक्रिय भागीदारी और सहयोग ने उन्हें इस स्तर के नेता के रूप में विकसित करने में मदद की। राष्ट्र और समाज की सेवा करना उनका मुख्य लक्ष्य था। 28 साल की उम्र में उन्हें पश्चिमी नागपुर से चुनाव टिकट मिला।
चुनाव तो हार गया, पर मुझे बहुत लोगों ने कहा कि तुम बहुत अच्छे नेता बन सकते हो। मैं काम करते गया, दीवारों पर लिखने का काम मैंने किया, पोस्टर चिपकाया। अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी और जॉर्ज फर्नांडिस दोनों का मेरे ऊपर प्रभाव था। अटल जी का स्वभाव, बड़ा दिल, स्टेट्समैनशिप, इनसे बहुत सीखने के लिए मिला।
मंत्री के रूप में महाराष्ट्र विधानसभा में उनका प्रवेश उनके दृष्टिकोण और सपनों को लागू करने का एक आदर्श अवसर था। उन्होंने विधानसभा में विधायी सदस्य और मंत्री के रूप में कार्य किया। बाद में उन्हें महाराष्ट्र का बीजेपी प्रमुख नियुक्त किया गया। अंत में वो पार्टी की वरिष्ठ जिम्मेदारियों को पूरा करने के लिए दिल्ली पहुंचे।
और इस प्रवास में मेरी कमिटमेंट देश के साथ है, समाज के साथ है, गरीब के साथ है और विचारों के साथ है। मैं एक बार मंत्री बनने के बाद टीवी खरीदने के लिए गया, कलर टीवी। फिर मेरे मन में है कि टीवी अगर इंस्टॉलमेंट में मिलता है, एम्बेसडर गाड़ी मिलती है, तो टनल और ब्रिजेस क्यों नहीं मिल सकता। उसी से विचार करते करते फिर पीपीपी, बीओटी वो विकसित हो गया।
वो ठाणे भिवंडी बाईपास के पूरा होने में मुख्य रूप से संलग्न थे, जो बीओटी मॉडल पर आधारित देश की पहली सड़क थी। बांद्रा वर्ली सी लिंक, मुंबई पुणे हाईवे और मुंबई में 55 से अधिक फ्लाईओवर उनके द्वारा शुरू किए गए थे। उन्होंने इन परियोजनाओं को पूरा करने के लिए बाजार से भी धन आमंत्रित किया। उन्हें इस बात का एहसास था कि सरकार के पास पर्याप्त धनराशि नहीं है, इसलिए बुनियादी ढांचे का निर्माण कर टोल एकत्रित किया जा सकता था। नागरिक इन सभी सुविधाओं के साथ यात्रा में समय, ईंधन और पैसा बचा सकते थे।
मैं जब आया तो 403 प्रोजेक्ट 3,50,000 करोड़ के लगभग एनपीए की स्थिति में थे। कॉन्ट्रैक्टर बर्बाद हुए थे, पर मेरे डिपार्टमेंट ने और मेरे सहयोगियों ने, हमने मिलकर इस देश को, हिंदुस्तान की बैंकों को करीब 3.5 लाख करोड़ के एनपीए से बचाया। जो 2 किलोमीटर पर डे पर रोड कंस्ट्रक्शन आया था, वो 29 किलोमीटर पर डे पर, और अगले साल 40 किलोमीटर का टारगेट पूरा करेंगे।
पिछले 67-68 सालों में महाराष्ट्र में 5,000 किलोमीटर का नेशनल हाईवे का नेटवर्क था। अभी गडकरी जी ने 15,000 किलोमीटर का एडिशन उसमें किया है और 5,000 किलोमीटर और ऐड उसमें कर रहे हैं।
इतिहास में पहला बार ट्राइबल के एरिया में निकोबार डिस्ट्रिक्ट, छोटा सा जिला जहाँ 30,000-40,000 वोटर्स है, आज नितिन गडकरी ने उस निकोबार द्वीप में नेशनल हाईवे घोषणा कर दिया 45 किलोमीटर्स।
डेवलपमेंट ओरिएंटेड अप्रोच, फास्ट ट्रैक डिसीजन में मैं फटाफट निर्णय कर रहा हूँ, हाय आना में बात कर रहा हूँ। दूसरा टीम वर्क, सबको साथ लेकर काम करो। और चौथा ट्रांसपेरेंसी, करप्शन फ्री सिस्टम।
श्री सुंदरलाल पाटवा ग्रामीण विकास मंत्री थे जब नितिन गडकरी महाराष्ट्र में थे। वे सड़क, बुनियादी ढांचे के निर्माण और अन्य चीजों पर चर्चा करने के लिए मिलते थे। एक दिन नितिन जी ने उनसे कहा,
पटवा जी, आपको कुछ करना है तो गाँवों को जोड़ो। और फिर उन्होंने मेरे अध्यक्षता में अटल जी को बोलकर एक मीटिंग हुई। अटल जी ने मुझे जिम्मेदारी दी, कमेटी बनी। तो नाबार्ड के उस समय के अध्यक्ष थे। 1,10,000 करोड़ का जीडीपी बढ़ेगा, ऐसा उस समय रिपोर्ट आया। उस सवाल को अटल जी ने स्वीकार किया।
2009 में भारतीय जनता पार्टी नेतृत्व में बदलाव की तलाश में थी। लाल कृष्ण आडवाणी जी ने सुझाव दिया कि पार्टी नेतृत्व को युवा पीढ़ी के नेताओं के हाथों में सौंपा जाना चाहिए।
तो 4 नेताओं के नाम है नरेंद्र मोदी जी, शिवराज सिंह चौहान, मैं और मनोहर पर्रिकर। और बाद में शिवराज जी मध्य प्रदेश में आवश्यक थे और मोदी जी गुजरात में आवश्यक थे। और फिर मनोहर और मेरे से मेरा नाम का चयन हो गया। और जब मुझे निर्णय पता चला तो मैं आडवाणी जी के पास गया और सबके पास गया। मतलब मुझे अध्यक्ष क्यों बनाते, मैं तो कभी दिल्ली आता नहीं, मुझे दिल्ली का अनुभव नहीं, यहाँ की राजनीति पता नहीं। फिर सबने कहा कि नहीं, अब तुम्हारे सेवा पर रहने, तुमको बनना है। अटल जी को मैं अध्यक्ष बनने का आशीर्वाद लेने के लिए गया तो मैं उनके पैर छुए, आशीर्वाद दो, तो उन्होंने आंखें घुमाई और हाथ हिलाया। वो उनका मुझे आशीर्वाद मिला, ये मेरे जीवन का बहुत बड़ा सौभाग्य है।
2014 में जब बीजेपी सरकार को ऐतिहासिक चुनावी जीत मिली तो नितिन गडकरी को विकास की राजनीति करने का अवसर मिला।
मोदी जी ने मुझे पूछा था, तो मैंने कहा कि मुझे रोड का इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर काम दो। तो उन्होंने कहा कि हम 3-4 प्रमुख लोग हैं, तो फाइनेंस, डिफेंस, होम, इसमें से भी आप सोचो। तो मैंने कहा नहीं, मुझे कौन से नंबर पर है इसके बजाय मैं जो अच्छा काम कर सकता हूँ मुझे दीजिए, मुझे आप रोड का काम दीजिए, रोड शिपिंग का काम मुझे दीजिए।
भारत में सड़क मार्गों और जलमार्ग परिवहन क्षेत्र में माननीय मंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में काफी बदलाव और प्रगति हुई। सागरमाला कार्यक्रम के तहत 572 परियोजनाओं की पहचान की गई और इसीलिए बुनियादी ढांचे पर निवेश के लिए 8 लाख करोड़ रुपए एकत्रित किए जाएंगे। इस कार्यक्रम से सालाना 35,000 से 40,000 करोड़ रुपए की लागत बचत में मदद मिलेगी। ये कार्यक्रम घरेलू जलमार्गों की आर्थिक स्थिति को दोगुना कर देगा। इसी प्रकार भारतमाला परियोजना के तहत देश भर में 64,000 किलोमीटर सड़कों का नेटवर्क बन रहा है।
इसमें 50% हमने 24,000 किलोमीटर का काम लिया है, जो 7.5 लाख करोड़ का है, और मैं आने वाले दिसंबर तक ये 7.5 लाख करोड़ में से करीब 3.5 लाख 4 लाख करोड़ के काम शुरू कर दूंगा, और इसमें कम से कम अभी 10 लाख करोड़ के काम मैं शुरू कर चुका हूँ।
गडकरी जी के नेतृत्व में भारतीय राष्ट्रीय राजमार्ग प्राधिकरण ने 135 किलोमीटर के इस ग्रीनफील्ड एक्सप्रेसवे के माध्यम से जिस नई कार्य संस्कृति को बढ़ावा देने का कार्य किया है, वह अन्य सभी कार्यदायी संस्थाओं के लिए अनुकरणीय होना चाहिए।
कि उन्होंने 9 नेशनल हाईवे हमारे मंजूर किए, लगभग 35,000 करोड़ रुपए की लागत उनसे आएगी। तो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर जितना हरियाणा में बढ़ेगा, जितना उत्तर प्रदेश में बढ़ेगा, दोनों राज्यों की प्रगति होगी।
4 धाम के रस्तों का काम पूरा करना चाहता हूँ, मेरी कोशिश है कि वो पूरा होगा। गंगा को और गंगा की 40 ट्रिब्यूटरी और नदियों को मैं शुद्ध और बनाना चाहता हूँ। इस मार्च के बाद अगला मार्च आएगा तो निश्चित रूप से 100% गंगा क्लीन होगी। 3 हाईवे मैंने अभी लगभग पूरे के, मेरठ हाईवे का पूरा होगा, दिल्ली का रिंग रोड पूरा हुआ। अब शिपिंग में 7,000 करोड़ हमारे पोर्ट को प्रॉफिट मिला है। ये देश में कमी है न पैसे की न टेक्नोलॉजी की, इस देश में कमी है सही दिशा सही विजन की।
मैं आज गर्व के साथ कहता हूं कि हमारे नितिन जी ने 15 महीने की छोटी अवधि में जो काम पिछले 10 साल में नहीं हो पाए थे, ऐसे अनेक नए इनिशिएटिव लेकर के पूरे पोर्ट सेक्टर को नई ताकत दी है, नई ऊर्जा दी है और नई गति दी है।
एक सामाजिक उद्यमी के रूप में वो अभी भी देश में स्वदेशी प्रौद्योगिकियों और उत्पादों को बनाने और बढ़ावा देने के लिए सक्रिय रूप से अपना सहयोग कर रहे हैं।
बांस को कानून में ग्रास लिखा है, तो मैंने पूछा ग्रास तो काटने की परमिशन लगती है क्या? नहीं। बोला आप ऐसा क्यों करते हैं? हमारे यहाँ गलत नीति आई। इस देश को और बेरोजगारी को अगर जिम्मेदार कोई तो हमारी गलत नीति है। 40,000 करोड़ का लकड़ी इंपोर्ट करते हैं, 4,000 करोड़ की अगरबत्ती की काड़ियाँ इंपोर्ट करते हैं। हम वेस्ट लैंड पे बाम्बू लगा के कर सकते हैं, बाम्बू से इथेनॉल बनेगा, क्या नहीं बनता? अप्रोप्रिएट विजन फॉर डेवलपमेंट, स्ट्रॉन्ग पॉलिटिकल विल, अगर 2 बातें आ जाएगी तो फिर इनोवेशन टेक्नोलॉजी सब कुछ आ जाएगा, देश बदल जाएगा। अब हवाई जहाज चल रहा है, यहाँ नागपुर में 35 बसेस इथेनॉल पे चलती है स्कैनिया की, और अभी स्कूटर ऑटो रिक्शा भी आई। देश का किसान इस देश का पेट्रोल डीजल का पर्याय दे सकता है, बिजली बना सकता है, ये मेरा विश्वास था। आज सब जगह ये एस्टेब्लिश हो गया, और इससे 2 लाख करोड़ अगर ग्रामीण इकोनॉमी में जाएंगे तो 50 लाख युवाओं को रोजगार मिलेगा और ग्रामीण भारत का चित्र बदलेगा। मैं कभी स्कूटर पे चला जाता हूँ, गलियों में घूमता हूँ, लोगों में जाता हूँ, तो ये मेरे अच्छा लगता है। मुझे सिक्योरिटी के कारण मुझे बड़ी अड़चन होती है। 50 पुलिस वाले मेरे साथ चलते हैं बंदूक लेकर, थोड़ा अनकम्फर्टेबल। मैं फुटपाथ पे खाता था, मक्के का कनीस खाता था, पानी पूरी खाता था, तो मुझे बड़ा इसके कारण अड़चन थी। रात को होटल में खाता था। ये मेरा जीवन मुझे जीना है, और कैसे जीना है वो मेरा प्रश्न है, उसका समाज का राजनीति का कोई लेना देना नहीं।
1984 में नितिन गडकरी जी का विवाह कंचन जी से हुआ। अपने व्यस्त राजनीतिक जीवन के साथ साथ नितिन गडकरी परिवार में पिता, पति और नेता के रूप में अपनी जिम्मेदारी बखूबी निभा रहे हैं।
हमारी शादी 18 दिसंबर को थी और नागपुर में 23 दिसंबर को लोकसभा का चुनाव था। तब हमारे शादी में इतने लोग खाना खाने के लिए आए, इतने लोग खाना खाने के लिए कि बाप रे, मैं भूल नहीं सकती। पूरा अनाज खत्म हुआ था,
क्योंकि वो इतना रिलेशनशिप मेरे लोगों में थी कि लोग मुझे इनके घर की शादी ना अपना ही है ऐसा समझ के आए।
जब पीडब्ल्यू मिनिस्टर थे, जब बच्चे छोटे छोटे थे, तब बच्चों की और इनकी 3-3, 4-4 समय में मुलाकात नहीं होती थी।
मेरे बच्चे ने एक बार रात को सोया था, मेरे पैर बांध दिए थे, ये कल न जाए मुंबई करके।
पिता की भूमिका, माँ की भूमिका, दोनों भूमिका मुझे निभानी पड़ती थी।
अब मुझे थोड़ा लगता है कि अभी मैंने उनके साथ अन्याय किया है, अभी थोड़ा न्याय करना चाहिए। मेरे बच्चे कोई राजनीति में नहीं, मेरी पत्नी नहीं, मेरी बेटी नहीं। मैंने उनको कहा कि देखो, मैं अपनी सब बातें आपको दे दूंगा, अपनी विरासत दे दूंगा, संपत्ति दे दूंगा, पर मेरी राजनीतिक अधिकार मेरे ऊपर, मेरे पार्टी और मेरे कार्यकर्ता में। मेरी राजनीतिक विरासत कार्यकर्ता के पास जाएगी, बेटे के पास नहीं जाएगी। हम जितना काम करेंगे, जितने मोदी जी से हजारों लोग, मेरे हजारों कार्यकर्ता काम करें, तो भी समस्या नहीं सुलझाने वाली है। और लोगों को ये काम करना होगा, पीढ़ियों से पीढ़ियों तक चलेगा।
हे प्रभु, नितिन जी को इतनी शक्ति देना कि उनके हाथ से भारत देश का गरीब लोगों की सेवा हो, स्वास्थ्य मिले और 2 टाइम का खाना उनको अच्छी तरह से मिले।
मैं समझता हूँ ये देश मेरा है, तो ये मेरा व्यवहार, ये मेरा कैलकुलेशन नहीं है, मेरी स्ट्रेटेजी नहीं है, ये मेरा नैसर्गिक स्वभाव है। मैं अपने स्वभाव से जी रहा हूँ। अब उससे क्या परिणाम होते हैं, अच्छे होते कि आप जैसे लोगों का काम है। आप अच्छा कहे तो भी मुझे चिंता नहीं, बुरा कहे तो भी चिंता नहीं। मैं कोई कैलकुलेशन से कुछ करना नहीं चाहता, जो है जैसा है। मैं तो चला जिधर चले रास्ता, मुझे कहाँ पता कहाँ मेरी मंजिल। मैं तो चला जिधर चले रास्ता।
मैं तो चला जिधर चले रास्ता, तुझे क्या खबर है कहाँ मेरी मंजिल। होगा कोई मेरा भी साथी, होगी कहीं तो मेरी भी महफिल। मैं तो चला जिधर चले रास्ता, ये हुस्नो इश्क का जहां, ये शोखियां, ये मस्तियां, ये पर्वतों के काफिले, ये बादलों की टोलियां, पूछती है मुझसे तू चला है किधर। मैं तो चला जिधर चले रास्ता।
Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this panel discussion on the state of digital governance. The journey of digital India started as a mere computerization or conversion of paper process into a computer process during the early 2000s. Most of you would recollect. The next step was a simple MIS for the government departments, districts, and the cities. We have come a long way. This has now grown into technology-enabled governance. The government to citizen services and projects today are blockchain-based, like e-attestation in Karnataka. Maharashtra's projects use big data and blockchain. Tamil Nadu is basing projects on Internet of Things, AI, and chatbot. Talk of Telangana, the real-time digital authentication uses AI, ML, and deep learning. Almost each state is leveraging and harnessing the potential of modern technologies. Practitioners believe that AI, ML, or blockchain are such technologies that are going to be the mainstay of delivery of government to citizen services across the country. Technology-driven reforms are being rolled out by applying innovative methods. Similar encouraging stories coming from states like Rajasthan, Odisha, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Haryana, and so on, applying technology solutions, improving governance. So today, the approach is digital by default, translated as presence-less, contactless, paperless, anytime, anywhere, and inviteless services, improving the quality of interaction with the government and receiving personalized and proactive services. Consider this, October 2022, more than 1.34 billion Aadhaar cards have been issued. magnanimous effort anywhere around the world. Monthly digital transactions on UPIs crossed 11.17 trillion and over 133 million unique DigiLocker users have uploaded 5.62 billion documents. The numbers itself would suggest that India is going digital with a vengeance. On the other hand, the flip side, it's also true that the economic stress is building up. Unemployment is on the rise, and the state finances are turning precarious. Yet, there is hope in digital, wherein India is targeting to become a $1 trillion digital economy by 2024. While this all may be true, there are still areas which deserve attention, where both the adaptation and adoption has been slow and need to accelerate. So today's panel on the state of digital governance takes stock of the situation and suggests ways to overcome the challenges or the hurdles. And ladies and we are joined by Mr. Anil Kumar, Chief General Manager IT from Rajcom Information Services. He's representing Mr. Akhil Arora, Principal Secretary IT from the Government of Rajasthan. He's been associated with the journey of Digital Rajasthan for years. He's personally driving and monitoring a number of e-governance digital initiatives in the state. Mr. Ashish Singh, Commissioner, Excise Department, Government of Odisha. He is a 2004 batch IPS officer in the department since 2021. Due to his meticulous planning, he has been able to formulate a plan of action and strategy for enhancing the revenue for the state. And it actually has resulted in increasing the department's revenue by as much as 25% in a short period of 1 year. Mr. Abhishek Sharma, Chief Executive Officer from Jammu and Kashmir E-Governance Agency. He has personally been leading and driving e-governance in the state. Notable initiatives have been complete automation of government functioning. Interventions include e-office, domicile application, using blockchain and digital village centers. And due to his efforts in the state of in Jammu and Kashmir, that's been rated as top UT in the latest National E-Governance Service Delivery Assessment of 2021. Dr. Jatinder Kaur Arora, Executive Director, Punjab State Council for Science and Technology, who has been steering multifarious initiatives for demonstrating technological interventions to address challenges of the state and unmet needs of the industry. She has created and mentored successful models for generating sustainable livelihoods for rural populations and underprivileged communities. And we have Mr. Sanjay Mathur, who is the Task Force Manager from Uttarakhand, representing Mr. Amit Kumar Sinha, Director in the Information Technology Department. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to all of you once again. And the way we are going to be running this panel is we'll split it over 2 or 3 questions. I'll pose the questions to the panel, invite you one by one, and with the request that keep your comments limited to 3 minutes, so that we go through 3 or 4 rounds of this interaction, followed by a discussion, and then take questions from the audience if there are any. So my first question is that what will it take to bring every citizen of India under the fold of e-governance and tap underserved communities through technology-enabled modes of governance? And for this, I hand over the mic to Mr. Abhishek Sharma.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for having me today in the SKOCH Award ceremony and the presenting my state. The work which we have done recently, for which we have been finalized as a semi-finalist, is the JK Public Works Department online management system.
Abhishek let me allow me to interject here. As far as the project is concerned, we are familiar and aware of the achievements that the project has already done. We would like to go beyond the project. So my open question to everyone, which is what, one by one, everyone is invited to speak on, that while we are looking at e-governance and trying to take the services to the underserved communities through technology-enabled modes of governance. What is it that we need to do to accelerate it? Because there are areas which still remain untouched. So how to take good governance by way of e-governance?
Thank you so much. Now, since we are focusing on the citizen service delivery, and you must be aware that JK has been ranked #1 in NESDA rankings 2021, which brings us to a pace where we have seen a transformation in a very short period. Now we are at 225 services, and we know that, for example, the state of Haryana has 625 services online. And we want that every state which is new to the digital scene, what we can do is, number one, I think we should not reinvent the wheel. If any input, for example, Abgari system has been developed by Odisha, simple सी बात है, आप उसको as it is, we should replicate it, considering our own customization, our own requirements, but we should not reinvent the wheel. One. Second thing is, what we need to do is to learn from other states what mistakes any state has made. For example, every year we have to ensure the operation and management of the services and the security audits of the services. So traditionally what was done is that in any project, it was kept as a O&M of 3 years or 5 years. We have to understand that security is non-negotiable. We can't compromise with the security of our citizen data in the services. So we need to make sure that we learn and we see and we collaborate with the other states what can be done to ensure that when we go on the digital scene and make the citizen service delivery online, we don't compromise on the data privacy and the data security issues. So we need to have a very long-term vision on that. Number 3 is that we should be able to scale fast. Now we have many such platforms. Earlier it was SSDG, now we have Service Plus available. Service Plus is based on low-code, no-code basis. So I think that what is required right now is to begin fast, and scalable projects should be done so that we are able to scale and reach to the last mile of the people very easily. So these are some inputs which we in the JNK are trying. We are not reinventing the wheel. We are learning from other states. Now we are going to have an MOU with Haryana to just replicate what they have done in the digital services delivery so that we are able to reach where the topmost states have in a very short period of time. Thank you.
That's excellent. That's excellent. There are similar strides which are made by the government of Odisha under the leadership of Mr. Ashish Singh, who is the Commissioner, Excise Department, leveraging technology in his department. So what's been your what would be your inputs if the same question I posed to you, rather than taking the citizen, this is actually the business and the citizen together.
Good afternoon to all of you. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. The concept of governments is to give the best services to their citizen. So technology is playing a very important role. If any government is not serving to their citizen and having in between the mediocres and the middleman, so the governance policy will not reach to the common people. Like in our Odisha, what we have done, not for the Abkari, I'm talking about in general concept. We have come with the concept of Moor Sarkar and 5T. Moor Sarkar means the government is whose? Government is a public. So public should feel that government is there. So in Moor Sarkar, there is a system. We are taking a feedback from every citizen who are coming from a different corner of the state to their government offices like block, police station, like different officers working on the ground level. And whenever they are taking any services, we are getting a data synced at a central panel, and concerned minister, concerned secretaries, concerned district magistrate, and officer have been given a target to call the citizen to take the feedback how the services provided to them. So they are getting the feeling of Moor Sarkar. The benefit of this thing is the middleman that is being eradicated, and services are reaching to the common people. And last 2 years, more than 1.6 crore people have been contacted from the top, not from the ground. Now they are not coming to our offices. We are calling them and taking their feedback. And second concept our government is having, that is a 5T. Because the ultimate concept is to come with the transformation. If governance is not able to transform the system, then the lack of the concept of the governance. So what we are doing, we are using the teamwork, we are using the time-bound manner, and also we are ensuring the transparency. The most important part is the technology. If you will bring technology in every service delivery system, automatically the middleman hiccups will be eradicated. So in every corner of our department, not only in excise in state, I'm talking about perspective of entire state. Now in last 2 years or last 3 years, the Odisha is doing exemplary, outstanding. We are getting excellent feedback from the public. Just I'm giving an example in a particular department like police department. There is a 95% satisfaction rate of the services provided by the police to the common people. We are getting from the ground level feedback. So technology should reach to the common people and there should not be middlemen. And that concept should be ensured. And the basis of this, we have to bring the transparency and also transformation in the service delivery system. So technology has a very important role playing in this process. And we are adopting it. Like Kashmir, representative from Kashmir has told, we are also learning from other states. Whatever we are getting the good practices from other states, we are also trying to replicate, for which the Odisha one portal has been prepared, and all the services at different platforms are being synced. So people should not go to different platform for different applications. We are coming with the one application. So this type of initiative Odisha government is taking has 3 to 4 years. Thank you.
One thing that comes to my mind is that, you transformed the department from a loss making. You have now taken the revenue at least 200% up. So is it because that you come from the enforcement, or otherwise there was, it was headed by somebody from the administrative services? So what really worked? How did it happen?
Actually, it is a process which has been taken for the transfer of the government by the government. They have taken a decision that there should not be a monopoly. Like in excise, the people are having a multiple shop, one person is having a 10 shop, and it is continuing since years together. And then they are controlling entire business, and they are running all the business for their benefit money. The purpose of liquor is not to serve the people liquor. We are only ensuring the liquor should be served only to avoid unto us. So that will control, this is a control article. So what we have done, we have used the technology as an e-Abkari project. We have come with the e-lottery. So anybody sitting in the world, they can apply, giving a certain amount of money. And what has happened, the person like one district, one person is having 80 shops. Now I can claim here in this platform, nobody is there in Odisha who can claim that they have more than 10, 8 or 7 shops. So all the shops have been deregulated and it has been distributed among even common people have also able to take it. So what is happening, then monopoly was broken and suddenly the growth of revenue increased because they are controlling the business. Now that is not being controlled by them. And we are able to take all the procedure in the liquor, which is coming from the depot to other state direct supplier and going to the vendors. Everything can be monitored by our portals. And simultaneously, we have installed the strict enforcement to stop the ID liquors. So our revenue has grown.
Thank you. I'll come back to you with the next question. In the meanwhile, let me invite Dr. Jatinder Kaur Arora. In fact, the story of Punjab has been very interesting. It used to be one of the pioneer states when the e-governance started. In West Punjab and several other initiatives that were taken up. But somehow on the way, it has kind of slowed down. So what has been the challenge and why has that happened, and what is being done to correct this so that, it comes back on the fast track? Dr. Arora.
Thank you, Mr. Dhanjal, for having me here. In fact, on the contrary, I'm forgetting the exact reference. One of the very recent reports also mentioned that Punjab is in fact currently a front runner as far as the digitalization of various services is concerned. And happy to share with you that there are in fact some very out of the box initiatives as well. For example, various if I talk of, say, remote sensing, I'm taking you, as you understand that some of my panelists are from the governance departments. and I have science, technology, innovation as my core domain. So I like to touch upon some of the very core technical aspects also, though in a manner that it generates interest and taking everybody along. So I was in, for example, Egypt last week to attend UN's Conference of Parties on Climate Change. So, I'll come back to what I was saying, but, this thought just came to my mind. So, at the moment, I would say one of the key challenge, because you also talked of when you opened this session of touching, reaching every citizen, how we, cover the entire population. I think at the moment, one, for example, major challenge that the world is facing is climate change, And believe me, when I was in, Sharm el Sheikh last week, the entire globe is looking at India as a front runner as far as, the way India is positioning itself in this domain. The first, nationally determined contribution that India has put forward is that we'll reach out to everyone to remind us that we have living sustainably is in our DNA. So how do we actually propagate that, involve every citizen in that? So India gave a acronym also, LIFE, which is lifestyle for environment. How about having some digital platforms wherein we share our best practices in terms of living sustainably? So, I'm sure some of the states, I'm giving it as a food for thought. So sharing of Punjab, we have come up with the apps to see if there is afforestation has been carried out in a stretch. How do we keep monitoring it over a period of time? The digital tools for those, and digital tools for how do we monitor individually as far as our carbon footprint is concerned, and also taking these initiatives, these approaches in a citizen-centric manner in regional language to our citizens. I think this is one major constraint, that when you talk of reaching last mile connectivity, reaching out to the a person in rural areas, or India being rural dominated, so is the state of Punjab. So talking of taking the digital tools in regional language, and also when we talk of digitalization infrastructure, and the internet connectivity, and how to come up with the tools. For example, we recently supported a startup, Rootworks it's called, developing tools for teaching which work in low resource settings in rural areas, as far as the school level teaching is concerned. So many such examples in Punjab, I take pride in sharing. Also talking of health, for example, and we didn't, a co-panelist was talking of not reinventing the wheel, beautifully said. What we did, we looked at the government of India anyway runs a Jan Care Challenge, for example, wherein they identify, say, 15 odd innovations from across the country, which serve the population in terms of better health. So we picked up 2 of those which were very, very relevant to Punjab. One, for example, if a medico is sitting at a distance from a pregnant woman, how can the doctor keep a tap on the vitals of the mother as well as the fetus? So that's this innovation about. And we provided a test bedding support system for this innovation, include, brought on board our AIMS, Bathinda, brought on board our health department. And this is being test bedded, and once it's proven that it works in our settings, then it will be mass disseminated through our health department. Similarly, for say cervix cancer in women, looking at the high prevalence. So reducing the diagnosis time through AI/ML, you mentioned in your opening remarks. How do we bring it down to sizably bringing it down the diagnosis time. So once we do that, and then it can be mass disseminated across our health centers. So these are some, and also the Punjab being the the breadbasket of the country, coming up with the models looking at what is the organic carbon content in various soils, so that we can come up with the AIML based interventions for precision farming in Punjab. So I would say Punjab is really working on some out of the box examples, in terms of utilizing the tools of digitalization, artificial intelligence. Our remote sensing center is coming up with the models based on which impact of climate change on agro ecosystems will be forecasted in times to come, and so on and so forth. So these are the thoughts that immediately come to my mind, and I'll share more as we go along this session. Yeah.
Excellent. I mean, this is quite an interesting input into the ensuing journey of Punjab as far as adoption of modern technologies are concerned. And you rightly said that, now is the time to use precision farming, technologies that are available like AI and ML in precision farming, because that's the way to go. And Punjab actually used to be number one in agriculture production, and that's been displaced by Madhya Pradesh in last as many years. So it needs to regain its lost glory and the lost spot. It still again has to come up. Fine, we will definitely come back to you asking and seeking more information and learning from you. So in the meanwhile, let me invite Mr. Sanjay Mathur from Information Technology Development Agency, Uttarakhand, as to what has been the story there in the state.
Thank you for the opportunity. In fact, I will straight away go to the initiatives which we are taking here for providing e-governance services.
More than the initiatives, I would prefer if you talk about the residual challenges that you are facing.
Yes.
And how is it and what steps are being taken by the state to fix those?
Okay. See, the biggest challenge which...
I don't see your video.
There's some problem, I think.
Okay, all right. Please go ahead.
Yeah, there's some problem there. It's not kind of recognizing the video.
No problem.
See, the biggest challenge which Uttarakhand faces today is of connectivity. See, whatever good citizen services we may develop, but unless we are not able to reach the last mile, it's of no use. Those initiatives are useless. Still, in Uttarakhand, there are more than 1,600 villages which are totally dark. That means there is no 2G, 3G, any signal. Recently, the government of India has sanctioned around 1,204 towers, BSNL towers for the state. And through that, BSNL is kind of claiming that they will be able to saturate entire Uttarakhand under the 4G services. But unless that comes up, that again is almost a 1.5 to 2 years of project which is to be still to be initiated by BSNL. Nonetheless, we have been lucky to have a special capital assistance funding from the government of India, under which we will be able to provide last mile connectivity over OFC to some 200 plus gram panchayats which were covered under the BharatNet 1 initiative. So probably the state was kept on the back burner while the BharatNet 1 was being rolled out, and only 1,800 of the more than close to 8,000 gram panchayats of the state were covered. And out of those 1,860 odd gram panchayats, cable was laid only at 1,530. And out of those 1,530, only close to 1,000 gram panchayats are lighted or they are working. And this figure keeps going down to almost 600,000. So under this last mile connectivity initiative, which is being funded by the government of India, we intend to connect some 10,000 destinations, of which 1,200 would be government outlets like colleges, schools, police posts, medical centers, post office, and the paramilitary outposts which are there in the border areas. And remaining would be households where we would provide the fiber to the home. Again, the challenge is there, which is about providing connectivity to these households. At least for the government agencies, we plan to provide them connectivity over the Uttarakhand statewide area network. And we are looking for partners for the last mile challenge, which is there for the households, to provide them some internet connectivity. Then again, building upon connectivity only, we are one of the few leading states who have rolled out the software-driven wide area network over our SWAN. And we have also taken an alternate ISP for the connectivity. Like basic connectivity on SWAN was BSNL, and BSNL had its own challenges in the hill areas. So we have, for the entire state, we have taken up another service provider, Airtel, to provide us connectivity, so that at least the government network, it keeps functioning either on one of the service providers. Coming to solutions for the citizens, we have come up with a portal called the Apni Sarkar, wherein 425 citizen services have been made online, and there is a iOS mobile app also for this solution. It was only recently launched during the state formation day on 9th of November. Then another good initiative which the state has taken is of the state data lake. So most of the data of the citizens and the projects and various departments, schemes and all are being pulled into one single kind of repository, out of which various dashboards and various services would flow out. Then coming to the solutions which other states are providing and learning from them, we are also initiating the Uttarakhand Parivar Pehchan Patra on the lines of what UP has done based on learning from Haryana. So basically, the basic database for this would be the food and civil supplies, but we will build on it through the databases for the health and other departments which we have. Then this we are doing with the target of providing proactive governance in terms of self-certified or maybe automated certificate deliveries, automated delivery of schemes like old age pension, or issuance of certificates based on some trigger somewhere in the anywhere on the entire government data lake system. Mm-hmm. So this is what we are doing. Then under the smart city initiative, we are running some smart buses here, which are all purely electric buses, and we have set up smart bus stops where you will have displays, and even you have a panic button which is connected to the central control. You can talk about or ask about any help or any assistance. Then the displays also tell you when the next bus on that route for which destination is coming, and all those things, information based on the real-time GPS monitoring of these buses.
I bring myself in at this moment.
Yeah.
You're right when you say that, being a hill state, you have a challenge that, more than 75% is the geographically challenged regions in really, really remote, where it takes not only hours, but it may take more than a day or two to reach. And
Yes.
Connectivity would definitely be a big challenge. So there is a rural governance and then there is an urban governance. The story on the
Yes.
urban side definitely is very, very promising. But as you rightly said, the poor connectivity has been an issue. Last mile, is being connected right now with the new technologies, particularly the new initiative which is being rolled out, which is BharatNet.
Yes.
We've been into the journey of e-governance for nearly 22 years now, right? 2022.
Correct.
Why the pace has been so slow in the state? Would you like to delve on it?
See, actually, connectivity, which basically is a central subject in terms of telecommunications, and even telecommunication connectivity in the state is still wanting, right? So that was not some major or a big breakthrough which the state could have done. We've been trying, and definitely all these service providers, whether it be in ISPs or TSPs, they look at a critical mass for their business to be successful or their investments to be successful in the remote areas, because at least 65% of our villages in the hills have population which is less than 500 even. And for them to set up or to invest in infrastructure at these remote locations was a challenge until unless USOF intervened, and there was some initiatives of USOF to have some VSATs and some towers funded and installed. So that is how the entire sector has been lagging in the state.
Sure, I'll come back to you. Thank you so much. Let me invite now Mr. Anil Kumar, who is Chief General Manager IT from Rajcom Information Services, Rajasthan. As it is widely believed that the technology interventions have multiple effect on the society, not only taking the services closer to the citizens, but also propelling a digital revolution and increasing the and providing employment opportunities. Rajasthan historically has been known to be one of the Bimaru states. It came up pretty fast and became nearly digital in all its functioning all across. Yet, moving forward, you have challenges of reaching out to the remote areas. And in addition, there are residual challenges. So how would you identify those and what is being done to fix it?
Thank you, Doctor. The first and foremost thing for taking efficient delivery of government services down to the downtrodden community and last mile is to have a proper infrastructure in place. First and foremost requirement is to have a proper wide area connectivity down to the level of Gram Panchayat. Initially, when proper connectivity of telecom service providers were not there in the state, at that time we had hired VSAT services from Tata Hughes for providing connectivity, and we provided like e-Mitra and CSC services down to the level of Gram Panchayat. Rajasthan has the highest number of e-Mitra kiosk providing almost it's down to the level, almost every village of Rajasthan has a e-Mitra kiosk up and running. I think only 1600 odd villages are remaining where there is no e-Mitra kiosk, no e-Mitra center. Rest almost 42,000 plus villages are having given to citizens of Rajasthan. Secondly, there is another scheme which is called Janadhar, which caters to the downtrodden through direct benefit transfer. Complete direct benefit transfer is being done to the rural people. The pensioners, there are around 1 crore pensioners in Rajasthan, and it is directly being transferred into their bank accounts. Almost every
Rajasthan is experiencing poor connectivity.
Citizen is
while
financial inclusion has been ensured in Rajasthan through this Janadhar database. Janadhar, we have got around 7.45 crore resident database, which is called a state resident data hub, through which all the other services have been linked. The Kisan portal has been linked to this. Then we have got rural startup, which is our only state which has initiated this rural startup scheme, where we are encouraging self-help group to come up with their startups and take help from state government, take financial help from state government. Then government is also distributing mobiles to the end users, to all the family of Janadhar, that is around 1.50 crore families, so that M-governance reaches down to the level of rural people. All these initiatives are being taken. Then there is a general grievance portal which is being run by government, that is Rajasthan Sampark, where people can apply for any grievance for any of the government department. and that grievance get resolved within 25 days of its being lodged, grievance being lodged. So these are some of the initiatives which are covering the entire resident of the state from e-governance perspective. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll come back to you with my next question. In the meanwhile, let me move over and ask Mr. Abhishek Sharma that how are you leveraging these new age technologies for government services and introduce mobility solutions, just mentioned by one of the fellow panelists, for the last mile connectivity and the last mile governance, keeping in mind the ever-rising cost of technologies due to technology obsolescence. However, over a period of time, technologies become cheaper, but due to the obsolescence, the cost always keeps on going up. Abhishek ji.
Can I get more clarity on the question, please?
Question is that how are you leveraging the new age technologies? So when we talked about all these, AI, ML, and so on and so forth, taking the government services to the last mile, also improving governance. But when we say technologies, these technologies are not cheap, and the cost of technology is also moving up due to the technology obsolescence and upgradations which are required from time to time.
Very important and very valid question in this, because now the focus is becoming on emerging technologies, and in every especially in every sense we are seeing the penetration of the emerging technologies. What we in JNK have done is, for example, I will just give you an example. You remember that 5th of August 2019 JK was made into a union territory. So the biggest question was, because this was a constitutional change and all citizens needed a identification certificate, which we call as domicile certificate. So there was an urgent requirement of a domicile application. So we made an application in 45 days in order to ensure, because this was a very sensitive subject. So in order to ensure the verification is proper and no fuzzy certificate is given, and all the certificates which have been provided are authentic, we embedded the blockchain based technology within the system. So now if any tehsildar wants to verify any domicile certificate, the system is based on blockchain technology and it can be verified in real time. So we have tried to integrate. So I think that technology should not be used just for the sake of technology, but whenever there is an opportune time. So we need to find out areas, map the areas in which we can put in technology. For example, AI, ML, we keep on saying constantly. So right now we have this visitor management system in every office, visitor face recognition system in every office, smart city missions. So all of them use a lot of technology and very costly technology. However, if we integrate one layer of AI, it will not cost much if we use it in a proper way and where it is required. So right now we are starting with digital JNK internship scheme, in which we are giving an opportunity to youth who are trained in emerging technologies. So we have 2-3 MTech students from IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi. So they have done a lot of projects in IoT, they have done projects in AI, they have done projects in face recognition. We are hiring them on a very minimal stipend, and we are giving them potential areas to explore and give us small areas where they can be used. For example, IoT can be used in smart agriculture, it can be used in health, AI can be used in diagnostics, it can be used in diagnosis of plant diseases, in agriculture, in horticulture. So there are potential areas. What we require is that we should be getting proper field research and basic work done, so that we can map the potential areas with the demands of the government of the day. So government में हमेशा demand नहीं रहती, cyclic आती है. So whenever the demand is there, we put the technology, it gets approved and the technology gets embedded. So now coming to the second part of the question, which is the obsolescence of technology. So every technology has a life cycle. It can be 5 years, it can be 1 year, it can be 2 years. So every year we should, so this is again, I'm saying from learning other states, that we should have in our systems, एक हमारे पास एक question mark होना चाहिए, check होना चाहिए, that whether the technology is relevant or it needs to be upgraded. So if a technology is not relevant, we should definitely we should not use, because it is also creating a sort of security risk. Any technology which is outdated is a potential threat. So we should probably every 1 year, after 1 year, every 3 years and every 5 years, हर टेक्नोलॉजी का 5 साल के बाद it gets obsolete. So right now we are seeing blockchain, AI, ML, हो सकता है 5 साल के बाद नई टर्म्स आ जाएं. So उस time तक we should not laggard keep the baggage of the outdated technologies with us. So for that reason, I think we need to be very closely associated with the industry and the academia. What is happening in the academia right now, the government has to be very well aware that which technology and which a part of it has to be used and which has to be left out. So this is how we are trying to start it in Jain. Thank you.
Well said. Jatinder ji, may I move over to you?
I think I'll take it forward from where Mr. Abhishek left. So we are, in fact, developing State Science Technology Innovation Observatory. India recently came up with its draft National Science Technology Innovation Policy, wherein one of the vision is that there will be a national STI observatory. So Punjab is the first state to build up a state level science technology innovation observatory, which besides featuring things like what is the STI ecosystem in the state, will also provide a platform to highlight what are the grand challenges of various development departments, so that the institutions can come up with the technological solutions to address those, as well as the unmet needs of industry. And also there will be a platform for resource pooling. You talked about cost cutting. So the advanced equipments available with various institutions, the inventory of those will be available on this platform so that the others can utilize these resources. That will be lead to a huge cost cutting. So I think this is one example that readily comes to my mind. The other is, there is, for example, a need was felt that we need low-cost solutions for river water quality monitoring. So we've roped in IIT Ropar, for example, to develop sensor-based, low-cost low-cost solutions which could be used in real time, in the rivers of Punjab, and then this can be emulated by the other states as well. So I think these are a few quick examples and the best practices which we are in the process of establishing that come to my mind. Yeah.
So if I have to ask Rajasthan, which is really has gone pretty much far ahead on its technology strides, it's time for the upgradation of the state IT infrastructure, including your data center and stuff like that, so that you can take the pressure of ever increasing number of online services and its usage. So what's your take on that?
See, we have been one of the leaders as far as state data center is concerned. Rajasthan has got the only tier 4 certified data center across country. No state in government sector has a tier 4 certified data center. And we have got the highest number of rack space that is available with our data center. That is a 600 rack data center. Secondly, we got a DR site for data center established in Jodhpur. So, both the sites we are managing it. And as far as new technologies are concerned, Rajasthan has been one of the leaders in adopting all these technologies. We have also established 2 institutes specifically for training our youth of the state in areas of new technology. One, we are coming out with a AIoT innovation cluster along with IIT Jodhpur. Second, this innovation cluster is going to work on artificial intelligence and Internet of Things. And another institute, that is Rajiv Gandhi Center of Advanced Technology, has recently been inaugurated by our Honorable Chief Minister on August 20th. This institute, under this institute, we are tying up with all the leaders in the IT for providing certification to the youth in all the advanced and emerging technologies like robotics, AIoT, blockchain, AI and ML. We have already signed MOU with Red Hat, Oracle, SAS, and there are a number of leading organizations, and they are providing training under one roof. Thirdly, we are also coming up with Blockchain Center of Excellence. It has been our budget announcement, and it has been approved by finance, and now we are in process of getting it implemented. So these are the three major institutions that we are going to build with regard to new technologies. There's one more, that is Rajasthan Institute of Advanced Learning. This institute would work on research and development and will establish lab in the area of medtech, agri-tech, climate tech. So that work is also going on simultaneously. And fourthly, then there is a Rajiv Gandhi FinTech Digital Institute that is coming up in Jodhpur. This institute would be a university and would be a degree granting institute in the area of FinTech. These are some of the initiatives that we are working on with regard to the latest technologies. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Let me now invite Mr. Ashish Singh. Leveraging new age technology, in mind the ever-rising cost, and also please go ahead.
In our state, what state government has done, we have made one UCAC, one agency is there, Visa Computer Application Center, and that is exclusive responsibility of that agency is to upgrade the technology, also to train the people within the government offices, and also to sensitize the common people in the local area to use the technology. So what they are doing, they are also hiring the different experts from the different quarters. Also, they are having a MOU with the different agencies who are doing some good initiative on technology. And their exclusive responsibility is only to ensure that technology should not be having any glitch, and that should not be any problem in coming days, because always technology is having upgradation. So that agency totally last 5 years that has been strengthened, and experts have been posted, and they are doing the regular auditing of all the department in IT initiative. Suppose now, earlier what was happening, every department is opening with a new application, new apps they are launching. Now the government has come up with the idea that everything should be properly monitored, and concurrence of OCAC should be taken, because they have an expert panel and they are taking a best quality of IT expert in the agency. So Odisha is working on that line.
So, I mean, just quickly on the state data center, the upgradation has already happened, or it is in the process? Because all these Oracles and the Red Hats and the Microsofts, all their systems, the software which have been installed, so they require upgradation from time to time. So which has been due for a very long time, because data centers came up good 10-15 years ago. So has that already happened, or it's in the process of happening?
This has been happening in Odisha in last 1 year. Last 1 year, earlier it was very slow, but last 1 year that every corner was updated from the OCAC side.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. So let's hear the story from Uttarakhand, Mr. Sanjay Mathur. What have been your imperatives when it comes to leveraging new technologies? Last mile you already talked about, on the rising cost and technology obsolescence.
See, coming on the new technologies, Uttarakhand was the pioneer state in setting up a drone application and research center. And we feel pride to tell that we have trained almost 2,000 people from various organizations of the paramilitary, the SDRF, State Disaster Response Forces, and people from various engineering institutes on drone flying, drone training, and drone technologies. We are also coming up with a Center of Excellence in drone in collaboration with STPI in Dehradun, and another Center of Excellence in cybersecurity. We have IIT Roorkee as the academic partner there, and the Uttarakhand Police, the STF wing of the Uttarakhand Police. So these are two of the initiatives. Plus, we are setting up a drone school at each of the 13 district headquarters. This initiative has been funded by Government of India because drone happens to be a solution for the future. We are also testing drones for various applications in the hills, like bringing the produce from the maybe a small patch in the valley to the roadhead, or maybe transferring some fresh produce immediately to the market. So we are actively working on those. Plus, we are also working on an initiative called the Drone Corridor, because although drones are free to fly, but still because the helicopter traffic in the hills is pretty high in Uttarakhand, and then we have certain reserved spaces for IF flying their training flights in some parts of the state. So we are working on an initiative of drone corridors, so that there is safe flying for the drones. And another initiative which has been transferred to the IT department is of the Computer Academy and Learning Centers. We have almost 42 partners across the state who impart training on various IT technologies. We are also including a course on drones at these 42 centers. We foresee that in the coming times, there'll be a large demand of qualified drone pilots, as well as people who know the ins and outs of repairing drones or repairing the various components which are there. So those are the initiatives which we have taken in terms of the deployment of technology. As far as the obsolescence of technology is concerned, anything which is there has a shelf life. So technology does get obsolete, but definitely the newer one which comes in, I think, would be more user friendly kind of a solution, or a more user friendly kind of a stack which is there. Like we have low code or maybe no code platforms now available to us, and investing on them, I think, is advisable, because we are not dependent on X or Y or any individuals or any individual kind of programmers or maybe qualified professionals to do our day-to-day businesses. So that cost, I think, is something which needs to be invested on.
So have you also gone through the upgradation of the state data center, or it's in the process?
See, Uttarakhand was amongst the last of the states to set up the data center. Our data center went live in December 2018, and we had adopted the latest technology which was available at that point of time, called the hyper-converged infrastructure. We are doing add-ons onto that. Like if we require some more node or more compute or storage, we keep doing it periodically. And as compared to the legacy data centers, we did not go into physical racks and all those stuff. So we have a compact DC here, and the DR is in Mumbai. It's on an outsourced basis. So currently we are looking at some expansions.
Sure. So, when we talk about Digital India, this is primarily about transparency and reach of the government, bringing resources and services from healthcare, education, finance sectors to take it to the India's rural populace, because as urban, we are already privileged. This requires a significant paradigm shift, not only in the form of government, but also in the delivery of services or schemes. Meaning to say that the innovations become very, very important moving forward. So if I may ask Dr. Jitendra, You talked about innovations in your initial comments. So what are these that you are banking upon?
I would say, what are these would I don't really comprehend what you're asking, but what I understand from what you mean, the initial comments that I gave, and where we started the conversation from, it came that sustainable livelihood generation is a area that requires innovations and taking people along. And we talked about climate change and percolating the lifestyles which are sustainable is an area where innovations are required, decreasing the carbon footprint. I think that's where India, being a rural population dominated country, and so are these states, talking of Punjab as well. So I think that is the crux, I would say, when we talk of innovations that impact the rural masses. I think that's where a lot of focus is required and is happening as well. So I gave you, I shared about a few examples in the healthcare domain. And as far as livelihood is concerned, I remember one of the co-panelists talked about startups. We are, taking up a very focused initiative. The best practice that you selected, for example, for this platform of SKOCH. This is our bioresource processing facility and rural innovation and application center. We are now expanding it to be a rural milieu accelerator, wherein we will be supporting the self-help groups, the startups which work on the unmet needs of rural populations, and will be providing them with holistic end-to-end support in terms of marketing platform, digital marketing platforms, in terms of technological support, their tie-ups with the centers of excellence, virtual incubation, if they cannot afford not in terms of finances, because it will be afford in terms of actually placing themselves, bringing themselves from say one city and then placing them in the area that where we are physically setting up this accelerator. For them, making the option of virtual incubation also available, and connect with the what all is already available in terms of manufacturing facility, in terms of experiments happening at the field level, how the population is already absorbing it. India came up with its scientific social responsibility policy, for example, recently. So giving a platform to all our institutions to practically work in the rural settings and deliver, depending on the needs of the rural populations. So innovation, I would say, in every aspect, when you ask this question, every aspect of catering to rural population, be it in terms of model, be it in terms of marketing platforms, be it in terms of technologies per se. So I think it's a whole gamut, which is very, very central to India's innovation agenda. Yeah, that's come.
I understand where you're coming from, because, innovation is a pretty wide term, but its connotation is very, very context sensitive. Innovation probably 15 years ago, when we started making these technology interventions, was only trying to fix the systems to deliver the government services to people, without involving them in the governance process, without having to see as to what is the demand side governance. We were looking mostly at supply side, because we were focused on only improving the governance institution and the institutional mechanisms which are already in place, which is what we talked about in the beginning. Convert paper into computer. The next step was monitoring. And then came the innovation, that how to improve upon it, how to minimize the leakages, how to make it efficient, and how to make it wide and far reaching. So that's exactly what's happening today. So there has been a remarkable change, in last as many years, 2 decades, that from a supply side governance, we've become a demand side governance. We are catering to the needs of the people. We go back to the consultations, involve them in the process of governance. So people's participation in democracy, which is what we call participative democracy, has become really important. Institutions of change have been our Panchayati Raj institutions, because that's exactly where the third tier of governance, it starts to move bottom upwards. So if you start airdropping everything from on top, nothing works. So you have to go down to the bottom and see as to how it proliferates. So it reaches the block, the district, it's reflective of a good governance all across the country. So point very well taken.
Yeah, thank you. Now, since you mentioned, this on your extended remarks, another example comes to my mind, since I also look after Punjab Biodiversity Board as its member secretary. So another initiative, it's a pan-India exercise, but in Punjab, we have been able to set up biodiversity management committees at the level of every local body, be it district, block, or village. And the next exercise has been documenting the flora and fauna, at every level. It's called People's Biodiversity Register, so that you know what are the bioresources available in every village. And now our next initiative that we are thinking of is digitalizing these People's Biodiversity Registers, so that in times to come, if a company makes use of these bioresources for value addition and bringing products into commercialization, every village knows where is that heritage, the entire pipeline of this, resource that they have. So people-centric and, actually taking the whole gamut of things into perspective. So that's another example I thought I'll share with you.
No, it's actually very true, because, what you're talking about, the digitalization, you're talking about creating repositories, knowledge repositories, so on and so forth. India historically has been extremely poor in documenting our own successes. We do not create institutional history. There is no memory as to what happened 20 years ago. If you have to look into that, probably there would be less literature even written on that. And now the opportunity that the digital accords, everything can be digitalized and be accessed openly by not only the researchers, by the policymakers, and otherwise whosoever is there as part of the governance. And that's something which is what SKOCH has been doing for the last 20 years. These records of what works in the country from the outcome orientation, these case studies are available online, can be accessed on our portal, skoch.in. And we have had the privilege of working with several central ministries, sharing our digital knowledge repositories with them for their record and further enhancement. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being with us. We have time only as much. We overshot by 3 minutes. I would have much loved to ask a couple of more questions, but I think we'll have to leave it for our next round. To all of you, in place of Mr. Arora, the CGM IT, Mr. Anil Kumar, Ashish ji, Jatinder ji, Mr. Sanjay Mathur, and Abhishek ji. Thank you very much for being with us on this show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And with this, we move on to the announcement of the next round of SKOCH semi-finalist order of merit. And I have the privilege of inviting Ms. Neha Chaudhary, Project Officer from Jan Kalyan, Department of Information Technology and Communication from Government of Rajasthan. Yeah, ji.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Neha Chaudhary, Project Officer, Chief Minister's Office, Government of Rajasthan. I take this opportunity to thank you, SKOCH Group, for having us here for the Jan Kalyan portal. The Jan Kalyan portal, the name itself suggests public welfare. So this portal was conceptualized with the objective to provide all the public related information respect to departments and districts under one roof. So this portal provides information related to schemes, the services, the government documents such as orders, circulars, acts, rules, policies, etc. Not only this, this also provides information related to the projects or the works executed by different departments. Then later, with the demand and need of the public and the departments, this project grew manifold and it resulted into as a tool, which is now known as Web My Way. So this tool is basically for generating the websites dynamically. So we have like 7 different types of portals which can be generated through this tool. And as of now, we have almost 140 portals which are live through Jan Kalyan, which is now also known as Web My Way. So we have a number of portals to be coming up in pipeline. So this is all from my side. And thank you once again to the SKOCH group for having us here. Thank you.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Dr. V. Veddi Adala, Vice Chancellor, Acharya N.G. Ranga Agricultural University, Andhra Pradesh for Agricultural Research and Education. Mr. K. Bala Subramaniam, District Collector. Abolition of child labor and bonded labor system. District Administration, Cuddalore.
Sir, we are from Acharya N.G. Ranga Agriculture University.
All right, please go ahead.
Sir, myself, Dr. Prashanti, representing the Acharya N.G. Ranga Agriculture University. We have submitted a project for research, agriculture research and education. Ours is the university established in 1964, and in bifurcation of the Telugu states in 2015, we started our research agriculture university at Lam, Guntur in Andhra Pradesh. We are working in 3 wings, that is in research, teaching and extension. In teaching, for the first time, I can tell proudly, we received first rank for the receiving highest number of PG scholarships under JRF, SRF, ICR exam, and our university ranked 11th among the 67 universities for 2020-21 for our highest reaching and research extension capabilities. So, apart from that, we are producing 70,000 quintals of seed and supplying to different agencies. And even apart from that, after establishing, we released nearly 450 varieties in different crops. Among that, the rice varieties, the PPT 5004 and Swarna varieties are occupying nearly 33% of the total India area. And recently, we also released 15 varieties that are trade-specific varieties that are shooting against the recent problems in the farmers' field. Apart from this, 5 patents were received by our university regarding different things. And we also, in AP also, they are occupying all the crops. Nearly 90% of the area is occupying by the important varieties produced by our university. Apart from this, during the digitalization, drone technology also, we have initiated the research work. And we are the first, we received a remote pilot organization from DGCA in November 7th. And we are giving training to all our polytechnic students, and we are giving them the chance to fly as co-pilots and pilots. These are the few achievements from our universities, sir.
Congratulations to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Dharmesh Kumar Sahu, Commissioner, Chhattisgarh Housing Board, Low Cost Housing.
गुड आफ्टरनून एवरीवन। मैं धर्मेश कुमार साहू छत्तीसगढ़ से हाउसिंग बोर्ड कमिश्नर। हमने जो है लो कास्ट हाउसिंग में जो हाउसिंग बोर्ड छत्तीसगढ़ ने अच्छा काम किया है। मैं आपको बता दूं कि स्पेशली जो है डेडिकेटेड टू EWS LIG क्वार्टर हमने बहुत सारे बनाए हैं। पिछले जो 18 साल में जो है 98,000 जो घर बनाए हैं, जिसमें से 68,000 जो है लो हाउसिंग ही बना हुआ है, जिसमें खास करके जो लो इनकम ग्रुप ही आते हैं EWS और LIG। और इसमें हाउस का जो कास्ट है 2.5 लाख से लेके 5 लाख तक का हम लोग उनको प्रोवाइड करते हैं। इसमें हमने जो है लो ग्रुप जो बेनिफिशियरी है उनको जो छत्तीसगढ़ गवर्नमेंट और गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का जो सब्सिडी है, उसके अलावा हम क्रॉस सब्सिडी भी करते हैं कि इनका जो कॉस्टिंग है जो ज़्यादा आता है तो उसको हम जो है दूसरे जो हाई इनकम ग्रुप में जो है ट्रांसफ़र करते हैं। तो उससे भी जो है इनका जो हाउस है वो कम कास्ट पड़ता है। और अभी हमने जो है जो लो कास्ट हाउसिंग है वो हमने अर्बन और रूरल दोनों एरिया में हमने बनाए हैं। मेनली जो है स्कीम्स जो है हमारे जो है यहाँ पर अटल आवास योजना है, अटल बिहार योजना, राज्य आवास योजना, मुख्यमंत्री आवास योजना, उसके अलावा प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजना जो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का स्कीम है उसके तहत ये सभी को लाभ देते हैं। इसके अलावा जो है जो हाउसिंग बोर्ड ने हमने जो है ये लोगों को और अच्छे से फैसिलिटेट करने के लिए एक टोल फ्री नंबर भी हमने लोगों को दिया है जो सभी लोगों को लाभान्वित होते हैं। SMS सर्विस भी है। इसके अलावा स्पेशली जो है जो हाउस सर्च का जो पोर्टल हमारा समृद्धि ऑनलाइन, इसे भी लोग जो है सर्च करके ये हाउस जो है अपना रजिस्टर कर सकते हैं, परचेस कर सकते हैं। और मैं आपको थैंक यू कहना चाहूंगा कि हमें जो है इसके लिए आपने चुना हुआ है। अगेन थैंक यू।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका और बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। मिस्टर संजय शुक्ला, मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर छत्तीसगढ़ माइनर फॉरेस्ट प्रोड्यूस कोऑपरेटिव फेडरेशन लिमिटेड फॉर सस्टेनेबल लाइवलीहुड फ्रॉम माइनर फॉरेस्ट प्रोड्यूस। The next one also goes to Chhattisgarh Minor Forest Produce Cooperative Federation for Chhattisgarh Herbals Quality Control Laboratory. Mr. K.C. Gupta, Principal Secretary, Cooperation Department, Government of Madhya Pradesh for Madhya Pradesh Cooperative Policy.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
This is Rituraj Ranjan, Joint Commissioner, Department of Cooperation. On behalf of our Principal Secretary, Mr. K.C. Gupta, who is presently engaged in a meeting with Honorable CM, I have been asked to participate in this ceremony. Well, first of all, I would be extremely thankful to SKOCH that they gave us this opportunity to put forward our case, which has been very important in the cooperative sector of India, not only Madhya Pradesh. The reason being, till date, cooperatives are not being covered or not have been covered in a policy mode. It was a part of Agriculture Department, both at center, at state levels. But Honorable Prime Minister constituted a new ministry, that is Ministry of Cooperation at center, and they asked us to formulate a cooperative policy so that it would help the central government to formulate the same in the larger interest of the cooperative community. Since we all know that cooperatives are the most effective, till date, it's the most effective tool of inclusive development, and especially for marginalized communities and women. So we are happy to share that we have drafted and submitted the first cooperative policy of this state, that is first of its kind in India, for which we have been receiving a lot of kudos from so many sections, and we were happy to share it with SKOCH. Excuse me. Basically, the objective of the cooperative policy is to ensure the inclusive and sustainable development in the state. Sorry. And we have covered almost all the aspects like institutional development, structural and legal reforms. We have proposed a larger scale information technology introduction in the cooperative sector, converting the cooperative movement in an efficient business model, for which all kinds of provisions, all possible provisions we have met, and theoretically Honorable Chief Minister has accepted our policy, which is being discussed at cabinet level, very soon we would be the first in the country to implement it. Thank you so much.
Congratulations to you. Dr. Devender Sihag, Joint Director, Agriculture, Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government of Haryana, for Soil Health Card.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
This is Dr. Ramesh Hooda. I am working as advisor of Agriculture Department. Actually, I am speaking on behalf of our additional Chief Secretary, Madam Dr. Sumita Mishra, who is busy with some meeting in the Chief Secretary's office. In fact, we have submitted 2 projects for the SKOCH award, and we are taking up these 2 major initiatives in the state, in the Haryana state. One is the soil health card preparation. There is going to be a Har Khet Swasth Khet Abhiyan we have started in Haryana, and for which every farmer will be provided a soil health card. And it's such a big program. We will be collecting about 75 lakh samples from each and every parcel of land of entire Haryana, and over a period of 3 years, and 30 lakh samples have already been collected within this year. And for every field, we will be preparing we will be analyzing all this data for macronutrient, micronutrient, other physical properties of the soil, and a card will be prepared for the farmer. Each farmer will be provided a card, and based on that, the recommendation about the fertilizer and other things will be provided. We are in fact analyzing the irrigated water also, because sometimes the salts are available in irrigation waters, and that has to be supplemented with canal water and fuel water and all that. So that's going to be a big program which we have submitted for our this SKOCH award also. Another program is reclamation of waterlogged and salt affected soils. In Haryana, we have around 1 lakh hectare of land under salinity and waterlogged soils in central Haryana because of its bowl-shaped topography. And on portal, we have invited the application from the farmer who want their land to be reclaimed, because that cost about 30,000-40,000 rupees per acre, and 20% only is to be borne by the farmers. So online application have been invited and work has been started, and almost 25% of the 25,000 hectare of land have been reclaimed by using the vertical technology and subsurface drainage technologies, and we'll be completing this project also within a 3-year period time. And
thank you very much for informing us that such kind of strides which are being made by the department under the leadership of the secretary and led by you. So my congratulations to you. We would love to study those projects as well when they reach a stage wherein we start seeing their outcomes. So congratulations.
Okay. Thank you very much.
The next one also, this is what you already were talking about, the project on reclamation of waterlogged and saline soils in Haryana. This one also goes to the Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. You just talked about that. So thank you very much for sharing these details with us. An eco-tourism initiative at Shamrod Village, Dhar Kalan, Pathankot, Department of Forest and Wildlife Preservation, Government of Punjab. Mr. Sanjeev Kumar Tiwari, Conservator of Forests. Mr. Tiwari, you are muted. Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, that's it. So, good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I take this opportunity to thank SKOCH team, whole team, for having believed in us and selecting for this SKOCH Order of Merit Award. So regarding our project, so basically it is an ecotourism project that is development of nature awareness camp in Chamrod village of Pathankot. It is first as its kind in Punjab. And as you know, the basic twin objective of that ecotourism project is having the maximum benefit out of the project must reach to the local community, and secondly, there should be minimum impact in the environment. So keeping these two objectives in mind, we have devised a model in which the investment for this ecotourism is done by the forest department, and after creating infrastructure, now it has been handed over to the local community for its running. And I would glad to inform you that they are running it very successfully, and the model is that the 50% share goes to the village community for overall development of their villages, and 50% is for forestry development projects in and around the project area. So the success of the project can be seen by its replication. This project, same model has been replicated in 3 other districts of Punjab, and it's again going very successfully. And some more projects are in pipeline, and very soon it will come on the ground. So this was the success, and basically it's all stakeholders with this project. Now there is win-win situation for all stakeholders, including forest department, local community, the tourists, and the nature enthusiasts, and everyone. So this was all about project. And again, I would like to thank SKOCH for having believed in us and giving this award. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Dr. Arjun Singh Saini, Director General, Department of Horticulture, Government of Haryana, Crop Cluster Development Program. Mr. P. Narahari, Secretary and Industries Commissioner for MSME Transformation to Fostering Cluster Development, Department of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, Government of Madhya Pradesh. Yes, please. Mr. Narahari. Let me go back to Dr. Arjun Singh Saini, Director General, Department of Horticulture, Haryana, for Crop Cluster Development Program.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Yes, first of all, thanks the jurist who have selected our project, the Crop Cluster Development Program, which we have initiated 4 years back. Actually, what all about the Crop Cluster Development is the development of horticulture activities in the clusters across the state. There are, as all of we are aware, there are various challenges which we face, the farmers face at the field level. Is one of the best major challenges the aggregation of produce. One, and second is at the same time the aggregation of farmers also, so that they can collectively aggregate the produce and collectively market their produce. These are the major challenges. On seeing these challenges, we have prepared a program. We call it as a crop clusters. We have identified roughly around 400 clusters across the states, predominantly having horticulture crops in large tract of area, because in Haryana the horticulture crops are widespread over in different agroclimatic conditions. So our primary purpose was to identification of cluster that we have done. Second is the aggregation of farmers, to form a farmer producer organization in these clusters. Then what we have done is to form at least one farmer producer organization in each of these clusters. And the third strategy was to have a infrastructure development in these clusters. And then what we started that project with the formation of and establishment of pack houses, grading line, packing lines, etc., in these clusters. Now, with these with the combination of these 3 inputs, we have around 400 clusters, and each clusters we have now trying to link with the market. Then how we are doing is each FPO in each cluster, they submit a project to us, and their projects vary from different commodities, right from the not only from the tomatoes, but the potatoes, carrots, mushrooms, baby corns, sweet corns, quinoa, etc., etc. Means now in each the clusters are having a sizable area under different crops. Say for example, carrots, they have around 1,000 acre or more than 1,000 acres. Same true for the other commodities also. Now these commodities start aggregating at these in these clusters, and in these pack houses, that commodity are being graded now, packed now, and are being supplied to different markets. At the same time, there are different companies who have started investing in Haryana also, and started collaborating with these FPOs for buyback arrangement of their produce. Now this ecosystem has started building up. In the last year itself, we have around 32 companies which have firm tie-up with these FPOs for their complete buyback of their produce. And this year we have also... Hello. And this year also...
It's actually very encouraging to understand, what the achievements of the project have been, and we sincerely wish that, this project further scales and becomes a national example. So my congratulations to you as well as the entire team. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Mr. P. Narahari, Secretary and Industries Commissioner from Department of MSME, Madhya Pradesh, for MSME transformation through fostering cluster development.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Pankaj Dubey. I'm Deputy Director, Department of MSME, Government of Madhya Pradesh. Mr. Narahari, who is the Secretary, is away. In fact, he's in a meeting with Honorable Chief Minister in Indore. In fact, so he could not join it. So I have been asked to join it. In fact, and I take this opportunity to thank SKOCH for selecting us for the semi-final of this award, in fact. And as our subject is fostering cluster development, in fact. So we are transforming the MSME sector in our state through our own cluster scheme, in fact, through public-private partnership. And we provide land, in fact, it's all bidding process, which is very transparent in nature. And we provide the government land, which is undeveloped, to the developer through SPB. So there are two advantages: that state government does not have to incur any cost on the development of industrial infrastructure that is developed by the private developer through SPB. And second one is, actually they choose the investor, the developer of the cluster. They choose the investor, they invite the investor to invest in that particular cluster. So there is very little scope for state government to go all the way to investor to invite them to set up their shop in the state. In fact, that is very is kind of relief to the state that they themselves set up their unit. So this is the highlight, and this is very niche, the initiative which we have taken through public-private partnership. So we are developing, in fact, around 48 cluster in the state, across the state, through this state cluster policy. And we have been successful in fact, developing 11 operational, there are 11 operational clusters in and around Indore, in fact. That is the industrial hub of the state and commercial capital of the state.
Congratulations.
So this was the idea behind this cluster development program of the state, to develop clusters across the state through private partnership. We provide them land, they develop it. They invite the investor, they themselves set up their units in the cluster, in fact. So that is a very unique idea.
I wish we had more time to interact on this, but since...
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for joining us, and congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Developing a cohesive startup ecosystem, again, Department of MSME, Government of Madhya Pradesh, Mr. P. Narahari. The next one also goes to the MSME department. MP.
Yeah, again, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to SKOCH for giving us opportunity. Actually, we are the latest startup as far as the startup ecosystem is concerned. We launched our policy this year only, but have been very successful in getting startup growth in the startup ecosystem. And approximately there are more than 25 recognized startups. And we have set up a very professional professional body in which we have recruited number of experts with dealing legal, finance, and project management. So this is our initiative, in fact, and we have been very successful in these 7-8 years since the launch of our startup policy.
Congratulations. Thank you very much. Entrepreneurship development through self-employment scheme, again for Department of MSME, Government of Madhya Pradesh.
Again, thank you very much. In fact, we have just launched one self-employment scheme catering to the demand of young, educated, unemployed youths. We are providing them the guarantee from the state government side to the bank through CGT MSE scheme. We pay the fee of CGT MSE scheme, and also we provide interest subvention of 3% for the 7 years of time. In fact.
Congratulations. Thank you. Department of Horticulture and Food Processing, Government of Madhya Pradesh, Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, Mr. J.N. Consortia, Additional Chief Secretary.
And I'm Dr. K. Raj, Director of Horticulture. Just would like to thanks to Juru team. I will for the SKOCH team for their kind support and efforts. And basically, the Department of Horticulture is working for enhancing the farmers' technical know-how for the precision farming to increase his production and doubling his income. So there are many schemes where farmers can avail the assistance and apply for the scheme. With the help of the online portal, that is MPFSTS portal, farmers can apply directly and track his application and avail the benefits of the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. So, sir, in this year or the last year, the 60,000 farmers or hectares that we reach this scheme through this portal, and 250 crores, that is a subsidy available by the farmers. So, within a short period of time, to the farmers, and definitely their yield and quality of the horticultural crops enhance, and that is why the MP is known as a horticulture state in India, and the many crops just we have the first, second, and third position there. So Madhya Pradesh in total scenario we see that the Pradhan
Please allow me to move on as we're already behind schedule. We have the details of the project and we have studied it, and as a result of which we made it to the semi-finalists. Now invite Mr. V. Srinivas Rao, Chief Executive Officer, Forest and Climate Change Department, Government of Chhattisgarh, Soil and Water Conservation for Rejuvenation of Streams.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They are calling me, sir. They are calling me. Unmute. Good evening, sir and ma'am. Myself, Venkatachalam, Joint CEO, calling from Chhattisgarh on behalf of Forest and Climate Change Department. First of all, we thank the SKOCH group for giving this opportunity. So, our project, this is soil and water conservation for rejuvenation of streams in forest areas. It has been started in 2019, and it is a need-based project and it's a demand-driven project because, like any other state, we are facing the problem of climate change and their impacts. So we wanted to rejuvenate the rivers because in Chhattisgarh there are 36,000 streams, out of which 8,000% inside the forest, and mainly the tribal rich state, they are dependent on the forest for their livelihood. So this program has been initiated in 2019, and so far we have created 98 lakh structures covering 23 lakh hectares of forest area. So objective is to control the soil erosion and to improve the forest productivity, and also to support the livelihood of people living adjoining the forest areas. So in Chhattisgarh, around 11,000 villages are within the 5 kilometers of the periphery of the forest area. So these tribal people depend on forest for non-wood forest products collection, and also for the micro irrigation facilities, which is considered under this project. So after implementing this project, we are getting a very positive results, and also it is a demand-driven project. And the specialty of the project is preparing a technically sound DPR using remote sensing and GIS tools. So compared to conventional methods, we are using all these technologies like plot maps, lineament, so that the right structure at the right place is constructed in a cost-effective manner. So after implementing this project, we are getting a positive results like increase in green cover, increase in carbon stock, that is above ground and below ground soil mass, which is evident from the Forest Survey of India reports. And the Forest Department is enthusiastic to be part of this natural resource management. And on behalf of Forest Department, sir, we thank you for giving this opportunity. Thank you.
Congratulations. Many, many congratulations. TSI Pass, Industries and Commerce Department, Government of Telangana, Mr. D. Krishna Bhaskar, Director, Industries. The next one also goes to the Industries and Commerce Department, Telangana, virtual mode in conducting conciliation hearings under MSMED Act 2006 for delayed payments.
Sir, good evening, sir. This is Rajesh Reddy, Chairperson of MSME Facilitation Council. Thank you for selecting our council, one of the best online system. So basically, during the COVID-19, we faced so many challenges while conducting the conciliation meetings. So one is the presence of claimant and respondent before the council. Second one is their transportation issue. Because of COVID, restrictions are there. So to overcome these, so the council has introduced this online conciliation system by establishing the equipment. So because of this, we achieved the percentage of attendance has been increased from 60 to 90%. And also disposal of the cases has been increased. Mutual settlement cases has been increased. That is the one of the advantage of creating this online conciliation system. We are using. Due to this, respondent in different parts of the country, they need not come to the council. They need not waste their time and money to attending the council meetings. So in that way, the council has achieved. We are trying to clear the cases as per the norms of the set by the Ministry of MSME under the MSME Act 2006. Thank you, sir. Thank you for selecting our council.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Madhya Pradesh Urja Nigam Limited. Veer Sharma, Managing or Urja Saksharta Abhiyan. Ms. Renu Jaipal, Chairman and Managing Director, Rajasthan Skill and Livelihoods Development Corporation for Skill Rajasthan.
Hello. Yeah, sir, good afternoon. We are from Urja Vikas Nigam, Madhya Pradesh.
Here we go.
We have with us Dr. Surendra Vajpayee. He is the Director of Urja Saksharta Abhiyan and the State Nodal Officer. I would request him to just give a quick overview of the project.
Sir, might be aware that good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, SKOCH, for giving this opportunity to interact on this, platform. Sir, MP Urja Vikas Nigam has, under the guidance of Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, has envisaged this mass energy literacy campaign, that is Urja Saksharta Abhiyan. The basic objective of the Abhiyan is to educate and every citizen of the state to make them aware about the consequences of energy consumption and management, and to educate about their role in mitigating the climate challenges. That is what is the basic objective of this Abhiyan, and we are doing it thoroughly through the IoT support, web portal and mobile app, through mobile app, to keep the transparency and to reach every individual of the state. Thank you. Thank you, SKOCH, for giving this opportunity.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Sudarshan Kumar, Director, Invention, Innovation, Incubation and Training at Jammu and Baramulla, Skill Development Department, J&K.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Myself, Sudarshan Kumar. I am Director, Skill Development, J&K. I am thankful to Team SKOCH and the jurists who have selected our project for this order of merit. The project we have just initiated, and it's a adopted multi-pronged approach for developing an entrepreneurial ecosystem through skill training, employment enhancement, research and development, innovation and incubation. So we have started working on it, and we expect very good results in the coming days. I am very, very thankful to this award, and it will definitely help us to do more in this field. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Ujjwala Bhavithaku Upathi, Society for Employment Generation and Enterprise Development in Andhra Pradesh. Tulasi, DMK Project Director.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to all.
Good afternoon.
Sir, it's really a good opportunity for me to thank the all SKOCH team for selecting Ujjwala Bhavithaku Upathi under the SKOCH nominee awards. Actually, the main aim of this scheme, sir, I am projecting this from the Chittoor district, sir. I am working as a PDDRTA. So mostly we are concentrating mostly on the rural poor people who are mainly the dropouts. It may be from 10th or intermediate or a degree, taking the basic age as 18 to 35 years, who are the main dropouts. For them, under the scheme of Deen Dayal Upadhyay Kaushal Yojana, and also with the help of CDAP, we are taking them through the council, giving counseling, and through Sachvalayams, we are taking their biodata, who are having most of them dropouts, unable to do. So for all of them, we are giving 90 days training in all the skill developmental activities and giving them the opportunity. The main theme of our projects, every rural poor household member should get an opportunity to work in rural related sector or in some medical shops or in anywhere they can fit a job. This helpful for us during the corona times. Nearly 2,000 people's recruitment we have done. As Chittoor, it is the border for Bangalore and Chennai. Most of them may be migrating to the cities. So here itself, we are making them to have a good skills in so many skills in computer operating skills and also in rural retail sectors, how to do all the business activities, business skills, making them. And we are also having a good facilitating centers at Bangalore and also Chennai. Through the data, we are recruiting regularly, sir. For every 3 months, we are refreshing the bench and giving the opportunity. The basic salary which we have kept here is from 15,000 to 20,000. Every rural poor households who are having that basing on the educational qualifications, whether it may be 10th or intermediate or degree or any technical, also if they are having, with the help of Sri City and some other industries, we are giving the recruitment, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving this opportunity.
Thank you very much, and congratulations to you. State Institute for Development of Arts and Crafts, Odisha, Skill and Entrepreneurship Development of Women in Golden Grass Craft in Kendrapara. Dr. Arvind Kumar Padi, Principal Secretary.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Myself, Santosh Mahanti, Assistant Director, State Institute for Development Art and Craft, Odisha, on behalf of STS Department, Government of Odisha. The Sankalp pilot project, which is a tri-party project between MSD, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India, Handloom, Textiles and Handicraft Department of Government of Odisha, and District Administration, Kendrapada of Odisha. This project has been aimed to give livelihood to 3,000 female golden grass artisans of Kendrapada district. This project has been started during November 2020 and it has aimed to complete the project on March 2023. And during this project, we have given different type of skills like just craft skilling, designing, and entrepreneurship, marketing, and this type of skills are given by outside partners. Then now we have received orders for 5 lakhs, which is through our designing partner and marketing partner. And this orders has been educated by these artisans of Kendrapada districts. And they are
congratulations to you and the entire team. This is a commendable work. I only hope that, next when we meet, it would have scaled from 5 lakhs to 5 crores. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you to Team SKOCH.
Thank you. Mr. Anup Kumar Srivastava, Member Secretary, and Dr. D. Subramaniam, Member, State Planning Commission, Government of Chhattisgarh, Initiatives for the Implementation of SDG in Chhattisgarh.
Good evening. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Samir Kochar and team of the SKOCH for providing us this opportunity. As is well known to us that SDG resolution has been passed by UN with the mandate that nobody should be left behind. It was realized that it could be possible only when their institutional framework for monitoring and evaluation should be in place, and that should be robust enough. For that, for localization and for creation of it, a guideline has been issued by MOSPI and Niti Aayog, as all of us know, that it has been issued by them. And following that, we could be able to put in place all the efforts and mobilize and also convince all stakeholders, and ultimately we were able to put at place the state indicator framework, which was robust and has been appreciated by so many organization institutions across the country and by Niti Aayog also. Our people has been asked to be there at Administrative College Hyderabad for sharing their views. And the one of the things which I would like to share, that it is very unique in the sense we have already mapped the goal-wise indicators and also target for 2030. We could be able to map different departments, different schemes, different initiatives with comprehensive metadata after that, which is being used by the departments. As all of us know, that based on data and evidence process to be required to be put in place is very difficult presently. Everywhere there is a lot of hue and cry that we are not having the quality data there. But I am happy to share with all of you that our state could be able to map those sources, data sources also, and which is being accepted by department. We could be able to.
Congratulations to you.
There. In the end, I would like to share that localization process has gone even up to the districts. We have already district indicator framework at place, and we have prepared the baseline data also and progress report for 21 also. And I am very happy and thankful to all of you that you allowed us opportunity to share it with all different scholars at this platform. I hope and wish that this platform should go more stronger so that we can be able to be in a position to get all the benefits and get able to get opportunity to get enlightened by different kinds of these kind of discussions. Thank you very much.
Thank you and congratulations once again. And now invite Mr. K. Ramulu, Vice Chairman and Managing Director, Telangana State Agro Industries Development Corporation for Agro Raitu Seva Kendras.
Yeah, thank you so much. Mr. Ramulu is with me. I am Secretary Agriculture. This Agro Raitu Seva Kendras we had started after the state was bifurcated, basically to ensure that adequate inputs are available very close to the farmer's doorstep. So the idea of this was to engage rural youth, provide them training and convert them into entrepreneurs by providing bank linkage support to all of them, and also ensuring that they meet the compliance requirements of obtaining licenses and all, so that each of the youth can become a reliable input supplier to the local farmers. So this was the idea behind this, and we have ensured that the people who emerge as Agro Raitu Seva Kendras are basically from the farming community themselves, so that they understand the issues of the farmer. We now have more than 1,000 such Agro Raitu Seva Kendras. They have been doing well. Many of them have got assistance from banks directly, which certifies their credit credibility. And all of them are doing a business of more than 1 crore. Some of them have even touched 10 crores. So we want to continue with this exercise. We want to ensure that many of these kendras can be digitized, so that there is availability of information at all levels about the functioning, the inventories, and we can push adequate supplies to the rural areas. All this has been done basically with the intention of restoring the pride in farming by the farmer. When Telangana was formed, the agricultural sector was in a deep crisis. The idea is to ensure that adequate inputs, water, power, and procurement is available to the farmer at the local level, so that farming remains an occupation of pride rather than an occupation of subsistence. So one of the things that we are ensuring is that the farmer need not stand in a line, queue up before shops to get supplies of fertilizer or seeds or other PP chemicals. So we have been largely successful in this regard, and I thank you for recognizing this initiative that we have taken. Thank you.
Congratulations to you, Mr. Rao and Mr. Ramulu. Once again, thank you. Mr. Sanjay Kumar Agarwal, Secretary, Water Resources Department, Government of Bihar, for Ganga Jal Apurti Yojana.
Myself, Alok Kumar, Secretary Engineer, WRD, Government of Bihar, representing Mr. Sanjay Kumar Agarwal. So, I am here to present my project, which has been formulated on flood water. As you know, Bihar is suffering, North Bihar is suffering from flood water. Simultaneously, same time, South Bihar is suffering from water scare. So, this project has been formulated in the light of Honorable Chief Minister flagship program Jal Jeevan Haryali. In this, we are tapping Ganga flood water in month of June to October, 4 months only. This flood water we are tapping from there and providing drinking water to Rajgir, Gaya, Bodh Gaya and Nawada towns. Around 10 lakh people will be benefited from that. And in this project, we are laying a pipeline of 151 kilometer, and we are lifting water from Ganga up to height of 90 meters. As you know, this project has been formulated in 2019, and next in 2020 and 2021 we faced COVID period. In spite of that, I am pleased to announce among you that this project has been going to be commissioned in this month on 27th and 28th by Honorable Chief Minister Shri Nitish Kumar in this month only.
Congratulations to you. Thank you so much for joining us, and wonderful initiative. Thank you. Dr. Venkatesh M. Venkataramaya, Commissioner, Watershed Development Department, Government of Karnataka. Land Resource Inventory for Agriculture, Sustainability and Convergence of Programs.
Very good evening to the entire SKOCH team. I'm Dr. Venkatesh, Commissioner for Watershed. I'm accompanied by our Director, Mr. Srinivas, and all our staffs are here. In fact, Karnataka is very unique in implementing a science-based watershed program, that is LRI. It is the scientific study of soil, water and related resources at the field level. In fact, all the scientific faculty, they traverse the field area here and they generate different data in terms of soil moisture, the soil depth, the chemical and physical parameters, and agro-meteorological advices. And all this information are fed into a digital library. And in the digital library, the thematic maps are generated and 9 decision support systems can be generated in the form of crop suitability, nutrient management, soil organic status, and so on and so. And so far, about 14 lakh hectare across Karnataka has been covered under the World Bank sponsored Sujala program. And now, taking clue from this, World Bank has identified Karnataka as the lighthouse partner to implement a science-based watershed program across the country. In fact, we have generated about 10 lakh cards and has been given to the farmers. This has helped farmers in a bigger way in terms of reducing the input cost and suggesting the proper crop suitability and reducing the fertilizers and so on. In fact, this has emerged as a scalable, replicable, a scientific rain-fed watershed development program in the country. And Karnataka is it is a unique initiation, and for the first of its kind, it has been implemented in India. Thank you.
Congratulations. The next one also goes to you for promotion of FPOs in Karnataka.
So thank you, sir. The FPOs, the farmer producer organizations, we know that farmers are at the mercy of monsoon as well as the market. They suffer from the field till the consumer mouth. At all the levels, they are being exploited by the intermediaries. So in order to break this vicious cycle and make the agriculture, the farming a profitable business, we introduced this farmer producer organizations where farmers are collectivized here. This is a company formed under the Company Act by the farmer, of the farmer, and for the farmer. So this provides a big platform in terms of access to science-based agriculture, access to institutional credit, providing best practices, providing best quality seeds, mechanization. In fact, in the entire state, we have formed about 1,139 farmer producer organizations, collectivizing about 15 lakh farmers, which is one of the biggest institutions so far covered in the entire country. And in fact, we have introduced innovative technology for these farmers. We have brought them into Rashtriya e-marketing services, e-Mandi. They have been onboarded into Amazon, Flipkart, and so on and so on. And they have been periodically trained by our Center for Excellence on FPOs. And in fact, market linkage and market intelligence has given more importance for them. So we have studied that an objective study has been done. FPO provides the best platform to double the farmers' income in a short period of time and make India a $5 trillion economy in the coming years. Thank you.
Congratulations. The third one, Amrut Sarovar.
So the third one is Amrut Sarovar. It is the unique initiation taken by Watershed Department in the rain-fed areas. The main objectives of Amrut Sarovar is to catch the rain where it falls and when it falls. The construction of Amrut Sarovars is planned in a very scientific way based on the community demand, and the location as well as the size of the ponds are determined based on our land resource inventory using GIS, remote sensing, and the cadastral maps. So far, under PMKSY 20 and different programs, we have constructed about 750 Amrut Sarovars across the state covering 30 districts. So we have harvested about 15 TMC of water amounting to 35,000 crore liters of water using 20 crores. Suppose if we wanted to construct a dam to harvest this amount of water, we need about 1,000 crores. It has emerged as a cost-effective, plus eco-friendly, environment-friendly, and people-friendly an initiative of government of Karnataka. In fact, one of the peculiar initiation is the community involvement. Here, as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav on 75th Independence Day, the senior citizens who are aged more than 100 years, the freedom fighters, the army men, they were encouraged to hoist the national flag in the vicinity of Amrit Sarovar. In fact, this created so much of positive vibes, so much of positive atmosphere that even the Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi, he commented about Amrit Sarovar in his Mann Ki Baat speech on Bagalkot. So this is a new initiation. It has made a lot of efforts to save the ecology, to conserve the environment, and to harvest the rainwater, to prevent the soil erosion, and to protect the soil and water in situ. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much and congratulations once again. So this brings us to the end of the announcement of the second and the last round of SKOCH semi-finalists Order of Merit for 2022. And ladies and gentlemen, now we move on to our next panel, which is the state of digital governance agriculture. So we have the pleasure of having our esteemed panelists, Dr. R.S. Huda, who is Director, Haryana Remote Sensing Application Center and the head of PMU unit from the government of Haryana. He is representing Dr. Sumita Mishra, who is Additional Chief Secretary, Agriculture. Mr. M. Raghunandan Rao, Secretary, Agriculture and Cooperation from Government of Telangana. He wears several hats. He additionally holds the post of the Vice Chancellor, Professor Jai Shankar, Telangana State Agriculture University. He is also Chairman, Telangana State Agro Industries Development Corporation and Commissioner and Director, Agriculture. He earlier served as Commissioner, Panchayati Raj and Rural Development. Dr. Venkatesh Venkataramaya, who is Commissioner, Watershed Development, Government of Karnataka. He has played an important role in signing of MOU between the Government of Karnataka and ITC, which is about execution of Watershed Development Program that covers over 1 million acres and 100 watersheds across the state. We are joined by Dr. Arjun Singh Saini, Director General, Horticulture, Department of Horticulture, Government of Haryana, who is instrumental in bringing horticulture into mainstream agribusiness in the state. Under his leadership, 11 centers of excellence were established with national and international institutions, most in any state in the country. He is credited with creating landscape for farmers and produce aggregation and map over 400 horticulture crop clusters. Under his leadership, Haryana is now fast moving towards diversification into horticulture. Dr. L. Prashanthi, Director, Research, Acharya N.G. Ranga Agricultural University from Andhra Pradesh, with more than 28 years of working experience in research and project management. She was awarded Best Research Scientist in 2006 for her notable contributions towards developing SCAR markers and RAPD markers linked to major disease resistance genes in black gram and red gram, and depositing 79 DNA sequences in NCBI gene bank. Mr. Dilip Maruti Zende, Director, Agriculture, Government of Maharashtra, with 31 years of field experience in the department at district, division, and state level. He is a known name for social action in plant protection, input, and quality control. He has extensively implemented IT tools in administrative, technical, and legal processes. Recipient of SKOCH Award in the past, he has wide expertise and authority in disaster management, which includes scarcity, drought, flood, and earthquake. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to this panel. The agriculture sector has experienced buoyant growth in the past 2 years, post-COVID, basically. The sector which has The largest employer of workforce accounted for a sizable 18.8% of GVA of the country, registering a growth of 3.6% in 2021 and 3.9% in 21-22. Indian agriculture is no more population driven, it is consumption driven. Indian farmers are multi-skilled and our small farms are multifunctional. When measured in total value of agriculture production, India is ranked 4th largest in the world. To help farmers increase input and hence crop productivity, government has been providing support by subsidizing fertilizer, irrigation, seeds, electricity, and so on. Just like any other sector, technological interventions are gradually taking over the agriculture too. India is entering into a 4th industrial revolution with the focus on digitization, digitalization, and automation. And the new technologies are being implemented into supply chain, logistics, Kisan drones, and so on and so forth. So from issues that are faced from the time of poor farm mechanization, low access to credit, prominent role of unorganized creditors, some of them still creep into the system, and the lack of awareness of technology, poor farming infrastructure, that's the flip side. So as per statistics, my first question goes to Mr. Raghunandan Rao, that as per statistics released by the United Nations, about 45% of food produced in India is lost because of inefficient supply chains. We can avoid this loss by investing in smart logistical infrastructure that transports food with the least wastage. What's your response? What's the way moving forward? How to prevent this? How to improve upon this? This same question I'm going to be taking to all the panelists before we move on to the next question. Mr. Rao. Mr. Rao is not with us. Let me take this question to Dr. Venkatesh. Dr. Venkatesh?
So this post-harvest loss is one of the common thing that we are seeing in agriculture, particularly in horticulture, like in tomato, mango, and some of the cereals. So what is required is we need to systematically analyze the requirement of the market, and based on the market, we need to plan the inputs. And even if there is a increased production, we need to increase the shelf of the produce in terms of cold storage, construction of cold storage, construction of godowns, bringing in value addition, processing, branding into the produce by the farmer. When I was working as a collector in Averi district, there I've seen this Badgi chili, which is one of the famous chili, used to be produced in huge quantities. So there the price used to be crashed down all of a sudden. So what we planned is, we planned for the construction of bigger cold storages. So whenever the price used to crash down, the farmers used to keep them in the cold storage, and whenever they get a remunerative price, they used to sell it. And similarly, this tomato and mangoes in Kolar district, which is one of the highest producer of tomato and mango in the entire country, there the farmers used to sell tomato for 1 rupee, and they used to put tomato on the roads. So we brought in tomato processing units so that the shelf life of tomato can be increased from 3 days to 30 days. So by putting value addition, processing and all. In a similar way, we introduced production of jams from mangoes also. So most important is bringing in more storage units, bringing in value addition and processing, and also bringing in more scientific mechanical harvesting. It can also reduce post-harvest losses. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me move over to Mr. Dilip Zende, with your experience in the field spanning over 31 years. Have you been able to fix this problem?
Yeah, good evening, sir. It's my pleasure to be always with SKOCH Group from last 12 years.
when I started particularly in this segment, input quality control in 2012. And at that time, that was a great pleasure. We are meeting virtually here, but that time we meet jointly at Delhi, and across we have very good panel discussion at the time happening. I do remember those days. But now, to your question rightly, the primary losses in agriculture happens to be at first field level. At the time of harvesting, before the harvesting, losses are happens because of a number of reasons. It might be certain reasons like natural vagaries are there, natural committees are there. Later on, after harvest, there are losses because some of the perishable goods are there. And to overcome this perishable goods short life, all the time our one of panelists said that there is primary secondary processing has to be happen there. And in Maharashtra particularly, last 20 years we observed that soybean area is increased from last 30, it is moved from 2 lakh to 50 lakh hectare area. From 2 lakh hectare, it is in the 1919 it was 2 lakh hectare area under soybean, and in now 2022 it is 50 lakh hectare area. So soybean is very that way delicate. So to overcome the losses, so at farm level, we provided number of small interventions like providing them with them tarpaulins, having them with farm yards, and village level or block level or circle level, some small godowns available to the farmers.
That's
That
also
avoid
keeping in the supply chain, not just at the farm level.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Pan. And then later on in supply chain, it requires huge investment. And in which segment the investment happens under this primary or secondary processing, it gives value addition. Just one of our success story, we just for sake of information, I'll share with you. One of our farmers producer group from our Pune district, that is from our Purandar block, has developed this Gawwa Pearl, Ratnadeep Gawwa Pearl. And one of Kayami Bakery, very famous in Pune, making some bakeries product. And the owner used that pulp to make the Gawwa cake. And he very proudly said that as a emulsifier in bakery product, egg should be used. And this Gawwa pearl is being veg and high in pectin gave that very signature quality and flavor and aroma to that cake, and that cake is now hot cake in Pune itself. So this kind of intervention niches has to be harnessed at first, and value addition, no doubt there is this happen in supply chain. Logistic wise, container corporations should have active roles. That happens in Nashik also. Products like grape, anar, pomegranate, tomato are being exported, and in the glut season they are being converted into puree, tomato purees by our Sahyadri FPO, where they protect the farmer interest and handholds the farmers. And in lean season they export that puree to the multinational companies at reasonable prices, and they protect the both ends. This happens in some of the cases, no doubt. Some of the good processing variety should be there. And my first hand request to everyone through this panel is that let the investment in the processing sector be happens. And post corona, this is very positive scenario that I am looking forward, and it's happening that number of entrepreneurs, very big industry, big shots are looking to agriculture as a new area for their investment, and they are seeing growth in the agriculture in next 10 years. And particularly last week, one of my senior IAS officer with his son, who is IIM graduate from Calcutta, left the multinational company's job and join in agriculture and started with some startup. And he is doing particularly his observation is that in next 10 years agriculture will be the very good market for investment and getting the good opportunity to everyone. And it's ultimately food security is there, and this happens through all these logistic chains and storage facilities. Thank you.
Excellent inputs. From here, let me move over to a researcher, Dr. Prashanti. You are muted. Dr. Prashanti, can you hear me? You are muted.
Sorry, sir. Thank you, sir. And my opinion is to stop the storage losses and all. We have to promote the internet marketing, as some of the farmers are already initiated this one and sales through internet marketing. And one more thing is mobile services, and we want to utilize the mobile services so that we can show where the infrastructure facilities and post harvest facilities are available. And value addition of the one of the idea, for example, in sugarcane, our university has already standardized for mechanization for value added products of sugarcane juice powder, sugar granular jaggery, and juice value addition. Everything we can do with the mechanization. So adding value addition to some of the crop produce is also one of the idea for reducing the losses for storage, sir. This is my idea.
And how about improving the supply chain management system? What can be done? What should be done? Because losses are one thing which is at the farm level, but otherwise having a poor supply chain, the perishable goods are not able to reach, and the farmer is not able to get the price, the correct price for his produce. Would you like to respond to it? Okay. I'll come back to you with the next question. In fact, Dr. R.S. Huda, who is Director, Haryana Remote Sensing Application Center, coming from the technology background. So let's invite him now and try and find out what possibly could be the solutions. Dr. Huda.
Yeah, actually, I've been involved in using the innovative technologies like geospatial technology, space technology, GIS, GPS, and all these things in agriculture, particularly in digital agriculture. Regarding supply chain management, one thing is important, that we need to maintain, and the end user should be able to identify the quality of the produce. So there are innovative technologies like blockchain, wherein we can use the blockchain to identify the date stamping, where the crop was grown, what was the type of soil, what was the seed used, then where it was, how it was processed, where it was stored, at what temperature, and how many days it was stored. So that a stamp can be put in at the end when it goes to the end user. Using the barcode, you put a barcode, all details of the information about the produce, starting from the seed, the soil, that is available. And sorry. So that the end user is able to know about the quality of the produce that has been made available to, and that helps the farmer to get the fair prices, reasonable prices. That, I think, that's one of the better uses of the innovative technologies in supply chain management.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Dr. Saini is Director General Horticulture from the Department of Horticulture, Government of Haryana.
Yes, thank you very much. Actually, it's a research survey, but we have seen is there is a loss range from 5 to 15% in case of non-perishable, and 15 to 25% range in case of perishable produce. So, of course, it's a great loss, as 1/4 of the total produce goes into the waste. But I see in case of non-perishable produce, the system in Haryana is very robust, as we have the largest network of mandis, etc., etc. But in case of non-perishable produce, a lot more need to be done. The effective way is only to have efficient packing and efficient storage of the produce just after harvest. And second point is efficient channelizing of the produce, the market, how efficiently they can send the produce to the end consumers. These are the two main aspects of the to reduce the losses in the perishable produce. And what we have done is, as a case study, As I already told, with the identification of 400 such clusters, we have already have around 500 crore project where we are establishing around 150 such pack houses across the state in different clusters in Haryana. And the only objective is to have aggregation of produce at one place, and then supply the produce from that place to the market, directly linkage farmers with the market. And what is happening is now the different aggregators or the vendors or the companies and the like the e-commerce companies, now they are started coming in Haryana, and they have started tie up with these FPOs. This is how the efficiency in the system has been developed, and the reach of the produce to the end consumer is vastly improved. And I think this is the only way where we can, by, as one of the panelists has suggested, have heavy investment in supply chain. This is the only way in case of perishable where we can reach to the end consumers in efficient way, and a better prices to the consumers, and better income to the farmers. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me move over to Mr. Dilip Zende and ask him that when it comes to agriculture, there are arguments in favor of free agriculture markets. We've been talking about this for a very long time, but the question is how farmers will be able to participate in the commodity derivative exchanges. What is the future of futures trading of agricultural commodities like wheat and chana? And also when there was resistance from the regulator, which is SEBI. Mr. Zende.
Yeah, it's a very right now current situation. This is highly related to current scenario. But my feel that in what happens in share market should happen in agriculture also. So demand and supply in agriculture is all the time highly unpredictable. So simple level, when we do budget at village level for water budget, is a one-up concept. We happens to be make it happen at village level in watershed management. At macro level, it happens in basin level also. But in market level, agriculture produce by number of farmers, its season wise, its consumability far away from the production area to the urban area. These two are very distantly remoted. These are the two areas, and to make it happen, join here. The faceless transparent system should be happen, and it should be if you are saying in the interest of farmer. At first level, it should be in the interest of farmer. At the same time, it should be in the interest of consumer also. Once and otherwise, if one end is quite happy or unsatisfied, another end, either consumer will be more happy or the producer will be more happy. Under such circumstances, to make it win-win situation, future market that happened in soybean in Maharashtra should be once again reinstated. That gives good results and good impetus to farmer grow such a crops in a such a way they and productivity farmers in a such a protective condition. The protective conditions, at least he gets some of the hedging or protection from the vagaries of market, and he assures himself his risks are managed. Under such circumstances, like wheat, gram, chana, and soybean, Vaide Bazar, we call in Marathi Vaide Bazar, the future market should happen. But at the same time, interest of all sectors should be taken into account also, because one end's producer is another end's raw material. So every processor want raw material at a cheaper level, and the farmer is at a who's the producer is at a final stage. He always expects some good returns. Here is the bone of contention. So to make realistic to sense to everyone, let the digital platform be available to everyone, like share market. It should be open-ended to consumer as well as to producer. So both will get satisfied on their demand and supply basis. At the same time, no doubt, world scenarios, world market is also very aggressive. Being India a major consumer in number of segments, so they all the time are expecting Indian market or outcomes like every other country. And particularly last 2 days, because of this climate change, Other countries will face more and more problem, but at India level, we are quite opportunistic, and that we are quite lucky. From Jammu Kashmir to Kanyakumari, and from east to west, all over India, we have very differential agroclimatic zones, and number of crops are there. So we will certainly survive in under such circumstances with good health and good prosperity.
Thank you. Dr. Saini?
Yes, I have very different views on this. At what we have seen for the last many years, as far as horticulture is concerned, I think more than 60 to 70% trade is already happening outside the APMC market. Only 30%, less than 30% is through the market, because they are not able to hold that much of volume. The moment the volume comes, the market crash. Now what the traders or aggregators have doing for the last many years, they have started picking up the produce from the farmer field itself. Now the as we are doing is investing in infrastructure, creating clusters and developing those such pack houses. Now our ultimate aim is to develop these pack houses into the mini markets in the later stages. They will act as a mini markets, and all the facilities can be developed there. Even the e-markets can be happen over there. I think this is the way out, where within the state we can have such even more than 400 such mini markets all over the spread all over the state, connecting to different commodities. This is the I think this is the way out. But I also see that e-commerce business maybe not that economical, because the basket size of the consumers is very low in India in comparison to other developed countries. And third, what I perceive is there is a need of a trade center actually happening, which can aggregate the major produce, where the trade can happen across the states, but at one place. Like, say, for example, if we are developing Haryana is a major terminal market, is around 500 acres land. What we have seen earlier, now after seeing the two markets, Arangis markets and the Madrid market in Spain, the concept has been changed in our mind now. Now what happening in their markets is all the produce is not coming on the open, as in open conditions. It's all come in the graded way, packed way, and the predetermined orders way. Means there is no auction is happening in that markets. It's a very little, less than 10% is auctioning happening in those markets, and the same will start happening in our markets also, slowly and slowly. I think this is the way the market dynamism will change, and the aggregators, the FPO will become major aggregators as a backward integration, and they will supply directly to these trade centers, which may cater to the 3-4 states in a region. And from that state center, the retailers or the wholesale buyer will start taking their produce. I think this is what I perceive in the near future. Thank you.
Sure. Dr. Prasanthi, would you like to add to it? Dr. Prasanthi.
Yes, sir. Shall I add to that one? Sir, establishment of crop-specific boards like tobacco board we have established, which has solved marketing and problem of credit in respect to the farmers' land. Like that, we can also establish some crop-specific boards so that we can solve some problems. In the first question, sir, the market intervention, that is continuity supply chain, we can create. The Markfed has already introduced, and they purchased the tomato, especially when crashes occur. And market support fund of the 3,000 crores were also kept separately by the government of AP for market intervention and to purchase products without middleman, and they supply to Raitu Bazars and all, sir. So we can use some amount for the fund so that we can purchase the products which are in excess.
Dr. Venkatesh.
Sir, this is a good question, and in fact, it is a need of the hour. So the best solution for this is collectivization of small and marginal farmers in the form of farmer producer organizations, and make them more enterprised. and making them more market driven, demand driven. So for what is required is our farmers, they know how to produce, but they don't know how to market it. They're not agri entrepreneurs. They are only agri producers. So what is required is we need to assess the demand of the market. That's one thing. Second thing is creating market access at nearby points. Now farmers has to carry their produce for 50 kilometers, 60 kilometers from their produce. This is a very challenging task for the farmer. So we need to create agri marketing centers within 25 kilometers of the each farmer field. And next important issue is on market intelligence. So everybody is working on supply chain, increase production. Nobody is working on market intelligence. So for this, the use of artificial intelligence, the blockchain technology is going to revolutionize the way we are practicing the agriculture. We need to streamline the supply as well as the demand side, and also increase the as we already said, the shelf life of the produce, and diversifying the market and diversifying at the farm field in terms of introducing integrated farming system at the field level, and diversifying the market, like exploring multiple opportunities like e-commerce centers, exploring the export orientation. See how much we are, even though India has got the largest arable land in the world, the amount of export is very less. We have seen, in fact, we have so many NRIs in abroad. In fact, the South London is dominated by Indians. San Francisco is dominated by Indians. But who is supplying there? Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Philippines, they're supplying the commodities to the Indians also. So we need to explore such markets. So this is required, and this is a need of the hour. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Dr. Huda, this question is for you. Agriculture and sustainability has always been a major challenge. A lot of areas are rain-fed, dependent, and otherwise, a whole lot of initiatives which individually the states are taking by way of either lift irrigation or adopting newer farming technologies. So how do you see the future in context of global warming?
Yeah, actually, global warming is really a big challenge that is likely to affect the agriculture also. And recently there was a COP meeting, conference of parties meeting going on. And a lot of like Paris Agreement has been there, and there is a lot of debate between the developing and developed countries about the funding for to meet out the challenges out of the global warming. So the agriculture is also likely to be affected by global warming, because there are going to be deviations in temperature, rainfall. Where there had been low rainfall, there are going to be high rainfall. Temperature is likely to rise in many areas. So how they are going to affect the agriculture? There are a lot of studies on this, and many areas dryland agriculture is likely to be adversely affected, and crop yields are also to be affected. So in that direction, we are working on, many universities and research institutions are working on resilient agriculture, basically weather resilient or climate resilient agriculture. So we have to put in, because it's a coming area in the years to come, billions of dollars are to be spent on this area, and food security is a major challenge in light of the global warming. So a lot of we need to put in a lot of funding in research and development, because still we require a lot of research and development in this area. Put in funding on doing research. What are the sustainable varieties, developing the varieties which are high temperature resistant, or stress resistant varieties, which can survive in different type of climatic conditions. So basically, research and development using the innovative technologies and like artificial intelligence, machine learning, because from the past databases, we can understand the futuristic trends. That's what the AI predicts. Machine learning provide the information about the future based on the past trends. So these technologies need to be, put in for doing a lot of R&D research for climate resilient agriculture, so as to make our future secure with regard to the food. Thank you.
Thank you. One last question before we end this panel. This goes for every panelist. What are the structural challenges in way of adoption of precision agriculture, which Dr. Prashanti was talking about earlier, by the Indian farmers at large? I'm talking about structural challenges and possibly a way out, if there is any. We may start with Dr. Saini.
Yeah, thank you. Now what we are seeing is there is a lot of changes in the way we extension do. Earlier it was the more of a contact to contact type of extension at the farmers level. Now with this advent of this digitization, the lot more pressure would be on the how effectively we can transfer the technology to the farmers by adopting different means of these platforms. Of course, though we started with the right now with the primary with educating the farmers of creating a database of the farmers, like we have done is a one great platform like Meri Fasal Mera Bera, where with the registration of all the farmers are doing, and we are linking this platform with the e-Godavari also, so that every farmer can be connected with the land area, and we can see what actually the farmers are having and growing their crops in their land. But at the extension level, we need to create a platform where the precision farming technology can be transferred efficiently at different clusters level. This is one way of doing the things, because now farmers are more educated as compared to where they are having more digital, they are more aware of the digital technologies. I think this is the way out, the digitization of the technology, where we think we should focus more on it. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Zende? Dilipji. Mr. Zende? He's not able to hear us. May I ask Dr. Venkatesh?
Sir, precision farming involves more productivity per unit area. In fact, the solid example is the use of Israel technology. In fact, we from our department, we are promoting precision farming also. The main dogma here is, so we need to train the farmers in the form of small farmer interest groups. One. Second thing is hand-holding from the time of sowing till the time of harvesting. And this involves providing and converging multiple programs like our per drop, more crop, providing them fertigation facilities, increase the mechanization, polyhouse construction, and introducing better varieties, so that farmer can harvest more in a short span of time, and he can save both time, energy, and money also. And next important is automation. So if we incorporate automation in the entire process, precision farming will be more effective, and it becomes a replicable process also. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Huda?
Yeah, in fact, precision farming is one of the emerging areas wherein the new technologies, the geospatial technologies can be used, like remote sensing, satellite data, the drones, and the GIS and GPS data. Basically, in precision farming, we need to have the precise information about the each and every field. And then you give the inputs as desired for each and every. Currently, we give a blanket recommendation of, okay, northern Haryana, this much of nitrogen, this much of phosphorus. But precision farming, you do a mapping. So first requirement in precision farming is to have the first requirement in precision farming is to have the digital cadastral maps. We need to digitize all the cadastral maps in every state. And that's what is going on as a first layer in the Agri-Stack program that is being taken up by the Ministry of Agriculture. And then using the drones like in Haryana and many other places also, using the drones, we can map the information. There are two types of drones, the imaging drones as well as the spraying type of drones. So imaging drones provide the information about the soil quality, the soil moisture, the crop type, the crop intensity, the normalized difference vegetation, that is the vigor of the crop. And based on that, you can give the inputs, precise inputs, using the GPS and GIS maps. So once you do the mapping using the variable rate applicators, you precisely spray the insecticide, pesticide, herbicide, or other even chemical fertilizer precisely where it is exactly required. So that way you save upon the environment also, because we are not excessively spraying, and you save upon the money for the farmer also. So using this emerging technology, probably precision farming is going to be come in the next few years in a big way. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Is Mr. Zende's connectivity proper now?
Yeah. No, I'm okay. Nice. So particularly precision farming from the point of view of small and marginal farmer, it's a very big challenge. To him personally, any additional investment which brings his cutting down in cost of cultivation will always help him. So in that sense, some of the farmers from Maharashtra are using very imported sensors, tools, equipments, giving data for their weathers, pH, EC, and particularly glucometer, and these are the some of the tools they are using at farm level. So such handy tools, cost effective tools to a small and marginal farmer will give a good relief to them, because they have to take the sample of their soil, water, or anything and brought it to the laboratory at remote place at least 25-30 kilometers away from his field. To take the technology to his field through this cost effective tools is one of the best, and I feel so. It can do technology is anything that happens vertical agriculture farming and in India also. But at the same time, from point of view of small and marginal farmer, because in Maharashtra is number of
Looks like he is having again poor connectivity. So let me ask Dr. Prashanti. You are the only researcher amongst all the panelists, and you are the one who first talked about it.
Yes, sir. Because
I've heard everyone speak.
Global regarding the global warming agriculture, this direct sown paddy, sir, direct seeded paddy. In our research, we have developed the technology suitable for direct seeded paddy. And now it is occupied nearly more than 10 lakh hectares, because it saves 33% of the water, and methane gas emissions can be reduced, and we can reduce cost of cultivation, and the varieties also developed from our university suitable for direct seeded paddy. So it is a win advantage for global warming situation. For the present, that is precision farming. For most of the farmers are small and marginal farmers. We can utilize the custom hiring centers through FPOs at village level, sir. And that we have done from our university, that is with the approach of drone technology. There we are Kisan drones. We are also developing Pushpak 1 and Pushpak 2 are two drone technologies, and the with the remote pilot training techniques DGCA certificate, we also trained our agricultural diploma holders, and we are using them in custom hiring center. There they are and in drone pilots and co-pilots. So this we can develop a rural employment and entrepreneurship program can be encouraged in the rural areas, sir. This is the result from our research.
Well, thank you very much for these very, very valuable inputs, because that's coming straight from the field. And that's the important role that the research always plays. Policy making would be that much the poorer if you do not have inputs from research. So thank you very much for speaking on the panel. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again. I extend my heartfelt thanks to every panelist for being with us and sharing your thoughts. Dr. Huda, Dr. Venkatesh, Dr. Saini, Dr. Prashanti, and Mr. Dilip Zende. Thank you very much. And
thank you very much.
Close the panel.
Thank you, sir.
Stand by for the SKOCH Awards.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Don't go away. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SKOCH Awards 2022. And I'm pleased to inform you that we are going to be joined by our chairman, founder, and the author of Modinomics, Mr. Samir Kochar, for the award ceremony. He's on the move right now. You can see the visual. He's already joined in. So let's put our hands together and welcome him. So we have Mr. Kochar with us, and I have the pleasure of inviting Mr. V. Reddy Adala, Vice Chancellor from Acharya N.G. Ranga Agriculture University, Andhra Pradesh, for Agricultural Research and Education Silver Award in Agriculture category.
Bravo.
Dr. Prashanti.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Congratulations. Dheeraj Kumar, Commissioner, along with Mr. Dilip Zende, Director, and Mr. Sunil Borkar, Chief Quality Control Officer. Silver in Agriculture. Agriculture Department, Government of Maharashtra for Mahaparvana.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Congratulations. Mr. K. Ramulu, Vice Chairman and Managing Director for Agro Rayathu Seva Kendras, Silver in Agriculture, Telangana State Agro Industries Development Corporation Limited. Mr. Ramulu. Yeah, Mr. Ramulu with us? Ms. Yash Mudgal, Secretary Cooperatives, Silver in Cooperation, Kashmir.
Thank you very much for recognizing us, sir.
For digitalization.
Thank you very much, sir, for recognizing us. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, this is SKOCH here.
Thank you so much.
Silver in e-governance goes to Jammu and
Thank you so much,
Kashmir
sir.
E-Governance
Thank you so much.
Agency, Public Works Department, Online Management and Accounting System, Mr. Abhishek Sharma, CEO.
Thank you so much, sir, for recognizing this initiative. It's a pleasure.
Congratulations. Mr. Vijay Prakash, Joint Director, Silver in e-governance, Department of Information Technology and Communication, Government of Rajasthan, Raj Kaj, Integrated Rajasthan e-Office.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. I'm excited to get this message. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Is also part of.
Ms. Tulasi DMK, Project Director, Silver in Employment, Society for Employment Generation and Enterprise Development in Andhra Pradesh for Ujjwala Bhavitaku Upadhi.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sir, thank you, sir.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Mr. N.B. Dhal, Principal Secretary, Silver in Finance, Excise Department, Government of Odisha for e-Abkari.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Congratulations, Mr. Dhal. Ms. Uma Devi R.S., Additional Director and Functional Head, Silver in Finance.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much,
Department
sir.
of Treasuries, Government of Karnataka. for
Thank you so
Khazanah
much, sir.
Congratulations. Silver in Governance goes to Punjab State Council for Science and Technology for sustainable livelihood generation through setting up bioresource processing facility. Dr. Jatinder Kaur Arora, Executive Director.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Dhanjal. Thank you, Mr. Kochar. Thank you for selecting this best practice for wider dissemination.
Thank you. Congratulations. The J.N. Consortia, Additional Chief Secretary, Silver in Horticulture, Department of Horticulture and Food Processing, Government of Madhya Pradesh for Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana.
So much, sir. That means a lot. This recognition means a lot for us. Thank you so much, the SKOCH team and the jury. Thank you.
Congratulations. Mr. Dharmesh Kumar Sahu, Commissioner, Silver in Housing, Chhattisgarh Housing Board for Low Cost Housing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for recognizing us. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Silver in Water, Watershed Development Department, Government of Karnataka for promotion of FPOs in Telangana, Dr. Venkatesh M.
Thank you, sir.
Commissioner.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Congratulations once again.
Thank you, sir.
Next, silver in water goes to Water Resources Department, Government of Bihar for Ganga Jal Apurti Yojana. Mr. Sanjay Kumar Agarwal, Secretary. Gold in agriculture for Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government of Haryana for Soil Health Card, Dr. Devinder Sihag, Joint Director Agriculture.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Scotch.
Congratulations to you. E-governance gold goes to Department of Information Technology and Communication, Government of Rajasthan for E-Mitra. Mr. Umesh.
Thank you, sir.
Joint Director.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for recognize E-Mitra on this platform. Thanks a lot.
Congratulations, Mr. Joshi. The next category, ease of doing business, gold, goes to Department of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, Government of Madhya Pradesh for MSME transformation through fostering cluster development. Mr. P. Narahari, Secretary
Thank
and
you.
Industries Commissioner.
Thank you very much, sir, for recognizing our initiative and efforts. We are really grateful for you. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Mr. D. Krishna Bhaskar, Director Industries from Industries and Commerce Department, Government of Telangana for TS iPass, gold in ease of doing business. Ms. Neha Chaudhary, Project Officer from Department of Information Technology and Communication for Jan Kalyan, gold in e-governance.
Thank you so much, Scotch Group, for this award, for recognizing our efforts. And I also thank to the jury and the participants who also voted for us. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
In the environment category, gold goes to Forest and Climate Change Department, Government of Chhattisgarh for soil and water conservation for rejuvenation of streams. Mr. V. Srinivas Rao, Chief Executive Officer.
Thank you, sir. On behalf of Forest and Climate Change Department, we thank you for recognizing our best practices, sir. Thanks a lot to the Scotch Group, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
In horticulture, gold goes to Department of Horticulture, Government of Haryana for Crop Cluster Development Program. Dr. Arjun Singh Saini, Director General.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, jury, all the participants, and thank you, the Scotch body who have selected Haryana and Horticulture Department for this award. Thank you very much, sir.
Congratulations.
Congrats, Dr. Saini.
Thank you. Congrats to everyone who has selected. Thank you very much.
Mr. Pavan Arora, Commissioner, Rajasthan Housing Board for revival and strengthening of RHB, gold in housing.
थैंक यू वेरी मच स्कॉच ग्रुप। मैं अंत में एक ही बात बोलना चाहता हूं कि निष्कर्ष रूप में इस सरकार के कार्यकाल में लगभग मृत प्राय आवासन मंडल न केवल रिवाइव हुआ है बल्कि पहले से भी अधिक सुदृढ़ हुआ है और सरकार की इच्छा शक्ति एवं प्रशासनिक कुशलता से क्या स्तर प्राप्त किया जा सकता है इसका पूरे देश के लिए यह एक अनुपम उदाहरण बन गया है। थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर कंसीडरिंग अस फॉर द प्रेस्टीज अवार्ड। थैंक यू।
That brings us to the end of the announcement of Scotch Order of Merit and the Scotch Awards. So, a very important announcement here, as we've been missing seeing the majority of you physically, and we've been connecting as a result of the digitalization that was ensued caused by the corona pandemic. I would like to make an announcement that the winners of the Scotch Award from this round will be invited to Delhi to receive the award in person. soon we will come back to you with the date. This is going to be in the month of February to start with, 25th of February. Kindly do mark in your diaries for visit to Delhi to participate and receive the award in person. So look forward to seeing you all during the physical ceremony that is going to take place in Delhi. So my congratulations to all the winners this time round, and I look forward to seeing you. And before we leave, sincere, heartfelt thanks to Dr. Koch and blessed the award function. And kindly, all of you switch on your videos so that we can take a group photograph to mark the memory. Please switch on, all of you, request all of you to switch on your videos and kindly look into the camera. Way to click the picture. We'll take one more. And one more. Thank you so much. Although we've overshot by nearly 40 minutes, but I really thank the enthusiasm on behalf of everyone that you have very, very intensely participated in all the discussions, being a patient listener. And as I said, 25th of February is the day. Kindly do keep it blocked for us to be in Delhi. Namaskar and have a good day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, SKOCH Group, and congratulations, everyone.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.